The following program is rated TV MAL. It contains strong language and is intended only for mature audiences.
From Spider-Man 3. When the symbiote took over Peter, the logo on his chest and back changed, so he's got a new torso. All of the articulation is what you would expect from the previous figure. The butterflies, the doubles, the swappable hands, F-crunch, and all of that goodness.
But we couldn't make this figure without that iconic hairstyle, could we?
He's got a really impressive look for that part of the film, if you guys remember it. If not, go back and check it out. And this is not a two-pack. We're just showing you the two variations you can make with this character. So we have Peter's emo look with his dark hair pulled down with the bangs, and it's got a symbiote kind of splat accessory that you can put onto his torso, and it just pops off, and then you can have like this little creepy crawler thing going around his leg, trying to, you know, there we go. Little symbiote, he's biting his ankle biter. You can put it on or not. Alternate heads, swappable hands. He's got the open hands. He's got a whip hand. He's got double fist. And that is Peter from Spider-Man 3.
Yeah, and Peter will be available all retailers starting this Thursday, so April.
I'm getting told I'm using that clip too much. I don't think so. Man, when it works for so many things, it's like, come on, guys, make it so easy. Why would I not use it? Yo, guys, welcome to Real Figures. This is episode number 47. My name is Omar V. I bring you the latest action figure toy news of the week. Maximum action figure toy news. Yeah, man, awesome stream ahead. We got obviously Marvel Legends stream to talk about. As you guys can tell from the thumbnail, big reveal this week. We got a Transformer, really dope ass Transformer that I want to talk about. A few other things. You got some Toddy Mac that I'm sliding into this show, man. The guy's still around. So yeah, we're gonna have a pretty awesome show, man. As more people slide in, I'll say what's up to the chat, man. As you guys know, I kind of go through my pickups of the week. Not too much in this week, but I did get Maximum Spider-Man, baby. Not really, but I got the goated Spider-Man. I got fucking Tobey Maguire Mayfex. Fucking long awaited. Always been said, wait for the Mayfex. Wait for the Mayfex. I don't know, man. I think Bandai S.H. Figuarts definitely articulates better. But like I always said, man, they have that ugly crotch area articulation. This shit has a fucking huge diaper, though, bro. I'm like, bro, seriously? You pieces of shit. But whatever. It's all good. And then he fucking does come with this awesome effect that I never got. Never bought that fucking, what was it, like Doctor Strange or something? It was like movie figure or some shit. I always wanted this effect, so I'm glad that they stuck it into that package. And then also, little Spider-Man kick. Got my boy fucking Miguel O'Hara. So got the Mayfex 2099. I needed a 2099 figure. The only one I had was an old ass Marvel Legend. It was all glossy. And then I passed up on the Across the Spider-Verse one stupidly. I thought I was like, yeah, you know what? I could do without it. That figure's awesome though. So yeah, happy this finally shipped out. I still haven't messed with it too much. It has like all these like ports in his back where you can kind of take the webbing cape off and stuff, kind of insert different ones, and then you could take his whole back part off, and then it'll have like more than one hole. So kind of figure shit out, I guess, for posing and stuff. But yeah, I wanted my boy Miguel for the longest, man. I wanted a good one of him, and yeah, that's a fire ass Mayfex. And then fucking stop by Target today, little Target run. Got my boy Mo, Jack's Pacific Simpsons line. Man, this line is getting harder and harder to find, bro. It's like I want to keep pace with like all the waves coming out, but man, pre-order them as you see them go up if you are interested, because they do tend to be harder to find. I'm still looking for that home run Homer. I need Marge, need Lenny, Carl. Been seeing a couple posts of them landing like in GameStop and Macy's of all places. I've seen somebody posting that they're landing there. So yeah, be on the lookout for those if you're interested. But yeah, I had to get my boy Mo. It's just such a cool line, man. I really hope these guys have this line for like the long run or the long haul, man, because it's gonna be fucking awesome to create a whole collect the whole World of Springfield line. Man, they just have so many endless characters that they can make. But the thing that's kind of tripping me out is they're also making like not action figure stuff, but like toy stuff, like 1-to-1 scale, which is awesome too. I love it, man. Like I got that Killer Krusty doll. I have that shit right here on the floor, just in case anybody walks into my room and shit. It's like, motherfuckers, get the fuck out. Just gonna kill your ass. But I saw that they recently at I think it was at WonderCon, they showed off a Funzo, the little fucking fake Furby doll that they had. That shit's awesome. I want to get that fucking King Kong Homer, that plush doll. I want to get that. I think it's like $15. I gotta see what else I can add on to the Walmart app so I get that free shipping. But yeah, as always, guys, let me know where you guys are picking up, where your guys' thoughts on it is. You guys still buying Marvel Legends? You guys into the Mayfex stuff? I still call it Mayfex. I don't care what my Asian brothers like to call it. But yeah, man, like I said, this is a dope one, but man, it's not perfect, bro. It's not perfect. The head sculpts are good though, and for the most part, the webbing is nice. The one thing I did like is that the eyes on this one were better than the freaking Figuarts. I think the Figuarts just had like white. This has a little bit of silver on them, so not too much, not too bad. But yeah, I don't know. Maybe it's the last Toby figure I buy. I don't know. We saw one right now in the intro. I don't know if that's worth the price right there. You're paying almost $50. So yeah, it's like I always say, value is determined by your want for things and shit. And then yeah, we'll see about it. But yo, I'll say what's up to the chat and then we'll slide into the toy news, man, because like I said, we got a maximum amount of toy news. Not really, but as you guys can tell, my fucking name has Bromar V, full maximum shield tonight. So I'm gonna be devil's advocate tonight. I'm gonna be playing devil's advocate tonight, guys. So just a little heads up. First off, we got Ghost Tab in the building. I hate StreamYard changing my fucking settings, bro. I fucking hate this shit, man. You guys don't notice what I'm talking about right now, but it's so fucking annoying. B Rivera in the building. What's up, B? What's up, Ghost? Tariff Spider-Man? Yeah, you can call it that, right? You call fucking Hasbro pieces of shit. I think I'll lean that way. Figure doesn't come with dancing hands or a hand Peter slapped MJ hard pass. Yeah, I know. When we talk about that figure, I got my little nitpicks about it. Hustle SM in the building. Says sup, Omar, sub chat. Yo, Hustle, what's up? We got Mel Saint in the building. He says, what up, everyone? Yo, Mel, what up, man? I got both of those in transit. Yeah, right on, man. I was like, shit, man. I had just shipped out my HLJ not too long ago. Fucking assholes. Pulling a BBTS on me. This shit hit in stock as soon as I shipped. I was like, God damn it. It's like clockwork. It always happens that way. Hard, Fast, and Ugly. Red 5 standing by. Yo, Hard, Fast. Salute. Goes to my 2099 Mayfex is still on route. Oh, man. You're going to dig that one. It's definitely better than the Scarlet Spider, dude. The Ben Riley joint. That to me was almost a figure that I was never going to buy Mayfex anymore. I was like, this shit's a fucking hunk of crap. It's all squeaky, and I fucking hated that shit. Tyler L is in the building. My man, I know he wants to talk about those legends. We're going to talk about them, Ty. Probably wait towards the end of the video, but we'll get there. Johnny number 5 in the building. My man, Johnny. What up, Johnny? What's good with you, man? What's up, dudes? It's always good to see Johnny in the building. Obi-Juan Chingones, he says, yo, que pasa, real fig collectors? Yeah, it's time to get real, baby. I do not respect the Marvel Legends line. Get in line, Johnny. Get in line. It's becoming that. It's becoming that one of the most beloved lines. I don't know, man. It's getting a lot more hatred going its way, man. Panthro, he says, hey, yo, everyone. Yo, Panthro, what up? Good to see you. He says, I just bought the CT 2099 Pure, the InArts Batman 112, and received my Figure Rise Kamen Rider Kiva or Kaiva. Interesting. That CT Toys love, huh? Rojo is in the building. He says, bang, bang, bang. Howdy, y'all. Yo, Rojo, what up, man? I wonder if Rojo went in for that April Fool's Mesco Craig that they were fucking soliciting for $41. I almost did. I was like, well, what could it be, you know? But man, I'm pretty sure they're just gonna repack those Craigs out, send them shits out, $41. I was criticizing people buying the Mythic Legion's Dragon, and I just pre-ordered the Metal Build Burning Gundam for $380 USD. Fuck FMO. What does FMO stand for again? I already forgot. Oh, okay. Fuck my life. Yeah, that's what I thought it was. I thought I thought it was something else. But yo, like I said, got a good amount of toy news, and let's just jump right into it, guys. Because last week I did touch on this MPG 17 Optimus Prime's masterpiece coming from Takara Tomy, and man, this week finally got full solicitations of it. And this thing is freaking awesome. I've been watching videos of this like all day. Just the different Transformers collectors, what their thoughts on it is. Let's actually take a look at a little clip of it just so you guys can see everything this thing comes packed with. This thing is fucking awesome, man. Like, seriously, when I first saw it, I was like, man, it just looks like a standard Optimus. Don't really collect any masterpiece myself. I've actually never bought one. It's always been something that's kind of been out of my price range. They usually kind of range from $400, $300 or so. This thing, just as good as any Optimus Prime that they've ever done. $140 on HLJ. Like, this new T-Spark style gen is just, I mean, this is as close to G1 as you can kind of get with stylizing it a bit. But just everything it comes with, the design of it, like I said, it's more stylized. And for $140, I feel like a fucking idiot buying that Studio Series 86 Optimus Prime from Hasbro. That thing costed me $90. Where now I look at this and I'm like, man, if this is what they're going to be pricing Masterpiece at, yeah, bro, best believe I'm fucking pre-ordering this, and I want to see what else I can get coming from this specific type of Masterpiece line. Because yeah, just like obviously you guys can tell from the video, the truck mode is pretty good looking. Like, it's just, it looks seamless. It looks like a great transformation. Bot mode looks awesome. Obviously it comes with the Matrix leadership, all the weapons that it comes with. I was like, man. Like, seriously, I was just kind of kicking myself for going in for that Studio Series 86. I do like it. It is a good representation of the movie Optimus. But man, I've been on kind of a little bit of a Transformers kick lately. Not so much pre-ordering everything, but definitely learning more about what's coming out and, you know, what are some of the more exciting pieces. And yeah, man, a lot of Transformers collectors are raving about this thing. Just like I said, just the look of it is just super clean. It comes with a great amount of accessories. Normally, you don't really get these like Energon blades. You always get the Energon axe. But I saw some people calling those the Bay blades because obviously from the Bayverse movies and stuff. He's definitely kind of like showcasing these weapons a lot more. But yeah, like I said, this thing is pretty awesome. And what definitely stood out to me and most collectors is just the price point of it, man. I think on BBTS it's leaning more towards $200, obviously with the uptick and, you know, all the talk about tariffs and stuff. But locking this up on HLJ for like 140, I think it's a smart get. It's probably going to be maybe my only Masterpiece Optimus Prime. I don't really foresee myself going in for much more unless they, like I said, unless they continue to price them at this price point. But yeah, just overall really impressed by this thing. And yeah, this is one thing that I kind of started noticing a lot more was this like T-Spark logo all over the place when it came to these Transformers pieces. And what else do they do? I forgot what's the name of those like fucking tiger fucking like robots and shit. I had it at the tip of my tongue, but this thing is awesome. And like I said, man, at 140, it's like, dude, why would you pass up on this, man? you know, especially now that the prices are getting so crazy, you really have to kind of pick and choose like what's worth it, you know, what's worth getting. Because obviously we're going to talk about Marvel Legends now. The prices on those things are going up. Prices on certain imports are going to go up. So maybe passing on some stuff and then just kind of reserving that money for other stuff probably might be the better move. Obviously, I mean, that probably was always the best move, but some of the times it's just like, since it wasn't so expensive to buy a Marvel Legends or a Hasbro item, it's like, whatever. This is just, you know, domestic prices. It's easy to purchase this and then still purchase something that's a little bit more lavish. But yeah, now going forward, I'm definitely going to be on the lookout for just stuff that's definitely well worth it. And I feel like this Optimus is one of those items, man. Like I said, I kind of touched on this one last week a little bit, but just getting to see more of it, I was like, man, I got to get my hands on this thing when it comes out. And yeah, like I said, it's always been a line of figures. It's always been out of my reach just because those price points were just too gnarly for me, man. I couldn't imagine spending $400 on a Transformer. As cool as those Beast Wars ones were, I really wanted that Megatron for the longest time, but never went in for it, man. So I don't know if this is a trend that's going to continue for them, kind of price things down a little bit, or, you know, just more affordable. I believe the MP44, that's like the one that's kind of closest to the Studio Series 86 Masterpiece. They did have one that didn't have the cab, and that one was still over $250. Like, I think it kind of sat around that price point. So it wasn't the $400 price tag, but it wasn't anything close to this either. So like I said, man, if this is a trend that they're gonna do, I hope it is. And yeah, man, I'm gonna be all for it because this thing is looking sweet. Like I said, it's got that stylized look to it, but it's still G1 enough, you know. And yeah, like I said, it's just an itch that I've been having to kind of collect more and more Transformers. But the more and more I look at them, it's like I just want more Optimus at the end of the day, too, man. It's just, I don't know. Obviously, he's the main character, a lot of the Transformers lore and everything. So yeah, they're definitely always going to showcase him out with like some of the more up-to-date figures, man. But this is one that I'm definitely locking up. Did anybody in the chat take a look at this, or does anybody in the chat collect Masterpiece? Because yeah, man, this is something, like I said, it's always been out of my reach, but now I'm really excited, man. I'm really excited that this is going to be a trend that continues for him. MPG 17 looks good, but I already have like 4 Masterpiece Prime, so I'll pass. Great commercial. Yeah, I like the commercial, and then I like this fucking little intro. That's just sick, man. Transformers. I love that shit. I had to save that clip. That's kind of why I was almost running late. I was trying to upload some videos and stuff. Broho says, yeah, that's dope. Yeah, I think it's awesome, man. And like I said, for 140, it's like, man, that's almost what I paid for this fucking Mafex Spider-Man, dude, you know? So for me, you can't beat that. You know, I'm a big fan of like what Yolo Park is doing. They don't transform. They're like model kits, and I guess that's kind of how they're keeping the prices down on those. They don't transform though, and it's kind of, like I said, it's a gimmick. It's a gimmick in this toy that's necessary, dude. They're called Transformers. Like, you can't not have a non-transforming Transformer. As good as the 3-0 stuff looks, as good as the Yolo Park stuff looks, it's always going to be a little bit better when you have a fucking Transformer that can actually transform into a different mode or whatever, you know? It's just, I don't know. That's the toy. That's what it's supposed to be, you know? And I know, like, Transformers purists, there's always kind of like a divide sometimes where people that don't collect like non-transforming Transformers, they don't look at those as Transformers. They look at that shit as like something else, you know? But for me, it's like, I don't know. I'm not that fucking hard on the line and everything, but like I said, I just been getting the itch to learn more about Transformers overall. The toys at least, and even the anime or the cartoon. I've never watched that shit from back in the day. I only saw kind of a couple of episodes here and there. But man, follow this guy Rodimus Primal, man. His fucking YouTube channel is awesome, dude. I love it. I've been learning more and more about Transformers just from watching his channel than anything else ever, dude. So definitely be on the lookout for that guy's channel, and be on the lookout for this Masterpiece, man, because yeah, like I said, at that price point, you're definitely going to be seeing a lot more casual Transformers going in for these Masterpieces. And speaking of Yolo Park, man, like I said, non-transforming Transformers, but equally cool, equally detailed. what Yolo Park is kind of doing here is kind of rehashing this figure up. They already put out this Rise of the Beast Optimus, but now it's going to fall into their AMK Pro series. So their Pro series is a little bit more expensive than their just basic figures or their basic releases. They're kind of priced at $30. You were able to, I think you're still able to buy this Optimus at a more basic price point at $30, but now part of their Pro series line, this is going to get priced up a little bit more, up to $60. Like I said, it's nothing crazy. It's still cheaper than a fucking Hasbro a lot of the times. And it has die-cast parts, light up features, great accessories. And these things move really well, man. Like I said, this is kind of what's gotten me into wanting to learn more about Transformers was this specific toy company, Yolo Park. I just dig what they're doing, man. At the end of the day, like one of the things that I kind of really lean on is always like price points, obviously. I mean, who doesn't, you know, especially like in this economy and all the stuff that we're kind of going through right now. Price point is key, bro. Like price point is key. And when you see something for $60 that looks this good, scaled up at this size, it's like you can't beat it, man, you know? And that's what kind of gets people frustrated with companies like Hasbro, companies like Mattel, companies like McFarlane. And it's like, yeah, you guys are domestic style companies, but are you guys really packing as much value into these releases as possible? Because when you see stuff like this, I don't know if it obviously keeps the cost down to kind of make it a kind of a half model kit, not really a model kit. I look at them more as baths. You just kind of pour it in the arms, the legs, the torso, and everything. And then you have a fully fucking decked out Optimus Prime. Now, obviously, the one thing that's going to determine, you know, more increase in price is whether it can transform or not. But for just a casual collector or even just, yeah, a fan of Transformers, man, you don't really transform your robot so much. You know, it's a feature that is cool, but not a lot of people always, you know, have the time to just go through the transformation of it, man. Display features on these things is always going to be nice. I don't know, man. It's kind of late for me to want to get this now because I do have my eye like on that fucking 301. It's a little bit more scaled up, like it's a little bit taller in size. But like I said, at $60, this is not a bad get, you know. I was actually looking at the Last Night Optimus that's part of this AMK Pro Series line, and I think the only thing that kept me from getting it is I wonder if they're gonna do like a Nemesis Prime version, like in that movie where he fucking shows up to Earth again. He's like Nemesis Prime. I just thought that was just a more badass look, you know. He's like fucking a Bumblebee and all that shit. I was like, man, I want that look. I want like his fucking face all fucked up. And that's the only thing keeping me from getting that. But I've seen reviews on that thing. Posing on these things is awesome. And then, yeah, like I said, I'm going to keep harking back to the price, man. At $60, it's hard to say no, you know, because something this size, it shouldn't be that affordable. You know, normally you see this thing's getting offered up at like $100. If Hasbro would have made this, you best believe it's going to cost $120, $140. I look back at those Megazords that they did. They didn't do anything and they came close to this, man. If they would have done like a Dino Megazord with some die-cast parts, and all you have to do is pour it in the arms and legs, and you're gonna charge me $60, like I would have bought more than one. Like shit, easily, man. And that's what I mean. It's just like whenever these companies license this stuff out, it's like, why don't you guys see what these guys are doing? Instead of licensing it out to them, you guys do this shit, man. Capitalize on your own market. You know what I mean? Because that's what really gets me frustrated with companies like Hasbro. It's just, it can be done. It's being proven by these other companies, you know? So that fucking Ascension Zord line that they had, that shit was garbage. It looked like fucking Happy Meal toys. And when you see something like this that was half the price, it's like, come on, guys. I mean, fuck, man. But yeah, like I said, this is going to be a maybe for me right now. It is a good look for Optimus in live action. It's definitely better than that Bayverse crap. It has more of a G1 inspired look, and just taking it to live action, man. I think it's great. It's between this one and the Bumblebee movie. What's probably the better Optimus, but for my money, I think I like this one. I like the Rise of the Beast look. The fucking movie was terrible, though. I watched that shit. I was like, God damn, this is bad. For somebody that loved Beast Wars growing up, I was like, God damn, this movie sucks ass. It was just so bad. The Scourge, the bad guy in that shit, they did put out a MK Pro series of that figure too. He wasn't even that cool of a villain either. I was like, fuck, this movie is so bad. I was very let down by it, man. And then the fucking spoiler at the end, a G.I. Joe cross multiverse happening and shit. So maybe that could be cool for future movies. But yeah, just as a standard Optimus, man, live action look, I think this will look cool, man. In any movie display or anything. Very, very classic look. My man Boncho's in the building. He says, hey, yo, Boncho, what up, man? I actually just hit this guy up for the show. Wonder if he wanted for that dragon. Hardfast says, I just got in my Joy Toy April O'Neil, and she is so damn awesome. Super detailed. Oh, right on, man. Going in for that Joy Toy stuff, man. That's awesome, dude. Ghost Tab says, fuck you, Omar. I just pre-ordered the MPG 17. I didn't know it was 140 USD. Hey, bro, like I said, that was like the big talking point on that thing. I was like, I couldn't believe it either. I remember when I talked about it last week, I just kind of brushed it off because I was like, oh man, masterpiece. Nope, can't afford it. But man, just looking at that price, it was just, damn, dude, how can you not lock it up, you know? Rojo says the diecast premium. Yeah, exactly. It jacks up the price just a bit. But to see it doesn't go over $100, good luck buying anything under $100 going forward, guys. Blame the orange man. Blame the orange man. No, I'm just kidding, man. The MP Optimus I bought was like $250 USD. Yeah, that's what I mean. It's just those price points is just something that I never really even wanted to take a look at the releases because I just knew I wasn't going to be able to go in for them, you know. Will Flo, he says, what up, peeps? Have a great show. Replay crew. Yo, Will, man, thanks for stopping by. We got Hustle saying 9.5 inches and he transforms. Super nice. Yeah, like I said, man, a transforming Optimus, like, dude, that's always gonna be fucking awesome, man. Like, it's definitely gonna, like I said, for the Transformers purists, it's definitely gonna put it over the edge of stuff like this, stuff that doesn't transform. Even though this looks pretty good to me, like just as detailed, just as nice, but if it doesn't transform, it ain't a fucking Transformer. Dark G in the building says, what up, gentlemen? Real figures, hashtag. Andy's Pandies in the house. He says, hey, yo, what up, Andy's? He says, I was just messing. I love Transformers. I thought you were going to say I love trans. Oh, fuck, man. You sure that wasn't a typo, Ghost Town? But moving on, like I said, G.I. Joe, man, crossing the universes. We got a G.I. Joe from Hiya Toys coming into the 118th line. We got Shipwreck. And man, I remember one time I went on this huge rant about these guys having like over 20 pre-orders. And shortly after that, they started shipping a lot of them out. Like I said, I really follow this one guy called Bees Battlegrounds. He has like a pretty awesome YouTube, just does kind of mostly military style action figure reviews, but he's been going in hard for all these Hiya Toy figures. And I think they're awesome, man. I don't know who it was. It might have been Raceland. They asked me like a week or two ago if I collected this line, and I said, nah, man, I didn't. Really bummed I didn't go in for that Snake Eyes and that Storm Shadow. Look up the price on the Snake Eyes in the aftermarket, man. You ain't finding that shit for lower than 180. That shit goes for a grip, bro. It's damn near a ghost figure. You can't find that shit. You can't find the Storm Shadow. Lock these things up as you guys see them up if you're even slightly interested, because yeah, I remember noticing from that Snake Eyes and then hearing about how hard it was to get these figures stateside. I was like, yeah, this is going to be a line that definitely going to be a cool collector line when it's all said and done, because yeah, you're not going to be able to find these in the aftermarket for cheap, man. And the one thing I liked about them too is that they're classic 1/18 scale, you know, with like kind of updated articulation. It gives you kind of a retro, like a weird retro vibe to it. You know, you don't normally see like 1/18 figures this highly articulated, but the stuff Hiya is doing with this line is just, it's pretty awesome, man. Like I said, it's even got the fucking little parrot and shit, you know, a good amount of accessories. The size, I don't know, maybe it's slightly bigger than 1/18, but I always kind of feel the 3.75 inches around that scale, that 4-inch scale. So yeah, just another one in for the collection, another one to up the ranks on the Joe side. And like I said, man, if you're even slightly interested in any of these, lock them up as they go up, man, because you know, for the price points that they're asking for, I think they're relatively cheap, like around that $40 price point. Not too expensive, but obviously it's an import style figure. I think they're smart gets, man. You know, like I said, I think it's going to be a really cool collection when it's all said and done. But I definitely am kicking myself for not going in for that Snake Eyes and that Storm Shadow. I would have been cool just there. I think I would have been happy just there, just getting those two, man. Because, like I said, that Storm Shadow had like the tattoo on his arms and stuff. Something that I hope classified series gets around to doing. But yeah, this is a line that, like I said, when it's all said and done, it's gonna be a pretty cool one to have. But for now, I'm passed on and everything. But like I said, it's cool that they're, putting the stuff out and shipping it out, not just opening more pre-orders and more pre-orders. Because that was the one thing I noticed. I was like, man, these guys are just like continuing to show off more pre-orders, and I didn't see anything else ship out. I think I only saw like the Snake Eyes and the Storm Shadow, and that was it. But like I said, shortly after, I think they shipped out the Firefly, Cobra Commander. Who else did I see reviews of? A few other ones, but they've done a lot already. They've done like Baroness. They did a Major Blood, so they're going pretty deep in this line. And like I said, I think they are gonna finish out a lot of the fucking characters. So be on the lookout for this if you're interested. It did go up for pre-order already on like I said, overseas sites, because you're not really finding these on a lot of retailers over here in the States. But keeping it with G.I. Joe, jumping into classified series, looks like we got render reveals to the previously only name reveal figures. And first off, we have Major Blood. And this kind of threw me off for whatever reason. When they did the name only reveals, I thought they were talking about a retro card in Major Blood. And come to find out, it's not. It just seems like it's just a repackaged figure, where I do kind of have images of the previous one that was Cobra Island. And it looks pretty much the same with a couple of different paint highlights on his armor. And that's pretty much it. Maybe a slight tweak on the head sculpt. Obviously, we can't tell from just a render reveal only. But to me, this is kind of fucking lame, dude. Because it's like, if you guys do get around to doing a retro fucking carded one, it's just now I don't have a Major Blood anymore. And I'm thinking, it's like, is this going to be the last one? Or are you guys going to do a fucking retro card back? Because if you guys do a retro card back, I'm gonna feel like a fucking idiot. I don't want to get fucking two of the same character, but I don't know, man. It's just kind of lame that they don't really put too much information out there. And just the way they do these reveals a lot of the time, it's like they do name only reveals, then they do the render reveals, then they do the fucking figure reveal with all the photography, and it's just like they don't really put any information added onto that. But yeah, like I said, it's being pointed out by not only me, but multiple people online that, yeah, this is just the same fucking figure. And if that's the case, why do a render reveal? Why don't you just like re-show the same figure with just the different paint apps? Maybe that would have just kind of thrown the whole thing off. But I thought this was kind of confusing for the most part. But yeah, got to wait and see what the full information on this is. Because I know they did do two Fireflies. They did the Cobra Island one. And then shortly after, or not shortly after, but a few years ago, they re-put out one in the classified series. It was just more mainline. And that fucking thing dried up. You can't find that shit for retail. Where I remember kicking myself because I was like, fuck, I should have gone in for that. But then I was like, no, I'll wait for the card back. They still haven't announced a goddamn card back on that bitch. And like I said, I'm kind of feeling the same way here. Like, you fucking pieces of shit, can you guys let us know more info? But obviously they're not. They probably want people to buy this thing 3 times, for the completionists out there. But I'm probably not going to be one of those people. Definitely going to hold out for the card backs. And then from there, we move on to Monkey Wrench. Also another render reveal. Now there is some fucking pics floating around like on Reddit and stuff, just of like, I guess just the early prototypes of this. It's just, I don't know. Obviously, it's gonna look like this figure, guys. It's not breaking news or anything like that. But yeah, another one of the Dreadnoks. And like I said, man, this looks like they're going hard on this specific faction or group of Joes or Cobra. I think they are gonna do like a HasLab that leans more into these guys. So definitely lock these guys up as they're going up. Because they've gone pretty deep already, and my stupid ass originally thought it was only like 3 or 4 of them. Where now we're seeing like 5 or 6 already. So yeah, definitely got to brush myself up on like a lot of this G.I. Joe lore and stuff. But not a bad looking figure. I like his fucking grenades and shit that he has like across his torso and everything. And his weapons look pretty cool. That fork rifle. I don't even know what the fuck that is. And then the revolver, it looks pretty clean, man. I saw people pointing out that they haven't really seen a revolver in any one of the releases yet. I always thought Major Blood came with one, but that motherfucker got a hand cannon, bro. I was like, ain't no revolver, bro. That's a fucking blow your head off. So yeah, be on the lookout for this one. And then we got is this a battle armor Cobra Commander or I forgot, combat armor Cobra Commander? So yeah, we got the full render reveal of this, and like I said, man, it just gets annoying because it's like the next time they reveal this, gonna have to bring it up again. But design wise, not a bad looking figure, man. It looks pretty gnarly. Like I said, I'm not the hugest fan of Joe's as far as like knowledge goes, but I know that there was people waiting on this specific version of him. And then that fucking iguana, that shit just looks awesome, bro. I saw people pointing out that that's Serpentor. I saw actually Robo pointing that out. Somebody mentioned it to him, so beats me. I guess so. But yeah, this might be one that I could go in for. You know, that's not a retro card back. I don't know, just kind of has a really gnarly look to him. But yeah, be on the lookout for that. And then, like I said, there's like pics floating around on Reddit, just these early prototypes. So this is going to be part of that Renegades 2-pack that Sergeant Slaughter and Mercer are going to come out in. So we got this previously on their last live stream. This is a name only reveal. So this is going to be, I guess, the Sergeant Slaughter that goes in with this Mercer guy. No other information on when this goes up for pre-order or anything like that. But since they already revealed the SDCC reveal, it's like, maybe it might be a PulseCon exclusive or something. Because yeah, it looks like, you know, they don't really have any. I think there was a picture floating around of the Mercer prototype too, but yeah, we don't really have any information outside of that. And then yeah, whoever the fuck Jay Hant is, motherfucker's got the leaks and shit. Or J Con 7. Sounds foreign. But yeah, he's got the leaks going around, so be on the lookout for that on Reddit if you want to find out more. Hustle SM says at 118 scale, it's retro and modern at the same time. Joy Toy makes great 118 too. Yeah, exactly. It's got like a weird retro flair to it, but yeah, it's modern, man. It's got modern articulation. And man, maybe that's where the fucking collecting community goes to, man. It's just maybe it's gonna be more affordable. Obviously, the one thing that always gets brought up is the world building aspects of 118 stuff. It's shit you can't fucking do with 112. I don't care how much room you have. It's a limited amount when it's a bigger item. Like I still have this goddamn fucking helicopter, this Dragonfly. I just have it on a fucking coffee table over here. It's like I can't do shit with it, man. I'm like, fuck, I gotta hang it up with like some fish wire and stuff. I actually kind of want to hang it up right above me. But yeah, that's just, I don't know. I'm kind of worried that I'm not gonna like it there, and then I was just like, I don't want to go through the hassle, but I definitely got to find a fucking place for that shit. And yeah, like I said, 112 stuff, it's not easy. It's not easy to world build that shit, man. You know. But man, it's definitely the line or the scale that most people go after, man. So you know, Hasbro is going to continue to pump out classifieds and shit, and HasLabs. So yeah, man, be on the lookout for this Joe stuff, man. Kind of weird that they just kind of roll these renders out like this. It was just kind of random as fuck, you know. Because like I said, they go from just doing name only reveals to fucking render reveals, and they just kind of dropped this midweek out of fucking nowhere. So maybe they got a stream coming up not too far from now, and yeah, we'll get more information and stuff. Obviously, the pre-orders are going to go live. And then from 180s cartoon to the next, moving to the Masters of the Universe Thundercats collaboration. And yo, man, we've talked about these figures in the past already, but finally went up for pre-order. First off, we're going to take a look at the Lino. And yeah, like I said, man, without all the fucking MOTU armor, it's not a bad looking Lino, man. You know, it's not a bad looking Lino. The one thing, though, that I already knew was probably going to be an issue and keep me from going in for it is that I noticed when they were at like, I don't know when they revealed them. Was it SDCC or NYCC? They know, to me, they looked a little bit on the shorter side compared to other Masters of the Universe figures. And obviously, knowing that Super 7 has a 7-inch scale Thundercats line, I don't think they could have gotten anywhere near that. So these things are going to scale up at like 5.5 inches, 6 inches, you know, true 6-inch, which isn't a bad thing. Honestly, it's not a bad thing. But I always kind of imagine Lino to be a bigger character. It's just, I mean, he's a fucking lion, bro. You know, he's not going to be fucking, you know, short dude. So yeah, that's probably gonna keep me from going in for it. Design wise though, I like just the classic look to the Thundercats. I really want just a Thundercats line that's not Super 7. But with all this like MOTU armor added onto it, it's just, I don't know, man. To me, it's just unnecessary. But obviously it's a way for them to kind of produce Thundercats figures. And yeah, it's not for me, but it's for somebody. Because from Lion we move on to the Chitara, and like I said, man, it's not a bad looking like figure to these Thundercats characters without all the armor. I just gotta wonder, man, how well is this line gonna do? I didn't see a lot of excitement for this as it went up for pre-order this week. I didn't see a lot of excitement when they were revealed either. Outside of this guy, fucking Battle Cat, man. Like, this is the fucking must get figure. I haven't pre-ordered it yet, but definitely when it comes in stock, I'm gonna be on the lookout for this one just because of the fucking how meta it is, bro. It's fucking Battle Cat, man. It's a Battle Cat in Thundercats, dude. That's exactly how he would look, It's fucking awesome. So it's like, even for the memes, bro, it's like fucking, He-Man trying to ride this fool. Like, hey, get the fuck up off me, man. So yeah, this is what I'm gonna go in for. And then rounding out wave 1, we got Scale Raw. So yeah, man, took a look at that Mondo Mum Raw last week. And when you kind of look at this now, it's like, oh man, it looks even more lackluster after seeing that fucking showstopper. It's like, oh fuck, where the Skeletor version of it doesn't look bad to me. I actually kind of like it more so, with this MOTU aspect, more so than the other figures. But yeah, I don't know. This one's gonna be priced up just a little bit more. Obviously, it's a bigger character. It's a little bit more beefier and shit. This is gonna be $30, and I believe the other ones are just standard 25. It's very hard for me to get prices because it's like BBTS is charging one thing, Amazon's charging another thing, Entertainment is charging another thing. I'm just gonna get relative prices now going forward. Fuck this shit, man. It's like, god damn it, you see a fucking Tobey Maguire Spider-Man going for $37 on one site, and then another site has them for 30. It's gonna be a while before we get everything settled down, the dust clears, and we really know, just the prices of a lot of these things, man. Not just toys. We still don't know what fucking the cost of cars is gonna be. Fucking even wood's gonna go up in price, but without getting too much into all that stuff, it's just a unknown time, I guess, that we're kind of navigating through right now, especially with toys. So yeah, just knowing that, like I said, this is wave 1. This is like your heavy hitters, man. And I didn't see any people talking about this. People would rather talk about a fucking Maximum reissue Hulk than this shit, the new hot shit coming from Mattel. So it's like I said, man, something with Mattel, I feel like they're missing the mark a lot of the times, where they knock it out of the park when it comes to their WWE line. They knock it out of the park. Even their MOTU line, they knock it out of the park a lot of the times. Sometimes they're fucking laying eggs, guys. That fucking Snake Lair that they got canceled last year in August, we haven't heard shit about it. Nothing. Then you see this. I think they were banking on this being a fucking home run grand slam, and from the looks of it, it doesn't look like it, man. Because I don't know, something about Thundercats, it's just like it holds a lot of nostalgia, but it's always kind of been below certain tiers. It's always been like, obviously TMNT, Masters of the Universe. Then you got like Thundercats kind of in that third tier. I don't know, man. Obviously G.I. Joe, probably first tier stuff also. I don't know. I feel like this is something they should have just not have approached. They should have probably just waited until that Super 7 line fucking wrapped up, and then done like a Masterverse style Thundercats line where you're able to show off all these like concept art versions, 7-inch scale, proper scale to these characters. This ain't it, man. This is not it, bro. This is cool like 20 years ago. Like now it's like, nah, man. I would kill to have a like highly articulated Lino figure that's fucking in scale, where I don't know, man, maybe Mesco fucking pulls it off one day, dude. I know they're showing off a shit ton of that Conan body, a lot, they've done a fucking Thundercats lineup before. It was like fucking 14 inches taller or some shit. It wasn't a figure, but they've had that Thundercats license in the past, and I feel like if they did like a mescafied version of Thundercats, I think they can get some heat going their way, man. Because yeah, for my money, this ain't it, and it just kind of bums me out. Because like I said, I do want a good Lino figure. It's a fucking iconic character to a pretty iconic cartoon. You know, I know I just kind of put it in the third tier of 80s cartoons and stuff, but man, the fan base to it is always hardcore. But yeah, it's always just been slightly below some of these other ones, you know, especially when you look at what TMNT does. And TMNT can fucking put that shit on a paper bag. You could put a TMNT logo on a paper bag and that shit's gonna sell. You know, it's just a fact. So yeah, I don't know, man. Hard Fast says, Battle Cat, quit pissing on the rug. Yeah, he's like, you talking to me? Oh man. Obi-Wan says, Thundercats was a MOTU rebound back in the day. It's good, but smaller following. Yeah, exactly. And it's like what I remember Thundercats from was like Toonami. They would come out on Toonami, and it was like, all right, yeah, cool, but it wasn't anything where it was like captivating me. Where I was like, oh shit, it was just kind of cool to kind of see. It's like, all right, yeah, we're waiting for like other cartoons to come on and stuff, like Sailor Moon and fucking Dragon Ball Z would come on also. But yeah, I remember they had for like a certain time they had fucking Thundercats. And then obviously the old school fans, like the older fans, yeah, they're more of the hardcores on this. But if you're not able to kind of capture like multiple generations of fans, it's very hard to put you in a higher tier. Because like I said, TMNT had that 80s cartoon. And then in the 90s, you got the fucking movie. It's just, you got like 2 generations of fucking fans that it continued and it carried on, you know. The toy line was great. This toy line, it's like you don't really hear too much about it, the vintage stuff, you know. So I don't know. I kind of feel like Super 7, as shitty as they are already kind of scratching this itch, you know. I just kind of wait to see when they give up that fucking license and wait to see who else comes in here. But yeah, outside of that, I'm probably gonna be holding off on this. Outside of this one figure though, because like Artfast says, Battle Cat, quit pissing on the rug. I know you ain't talking to me, bitch. I'll piss where the fuck I want. Raceland says, so is Omar going to go all in on Super 7? Oh fuck, come on, man. That's like going full retard. You know you don't go full retard, bro. Primal Realms will make a sneaky version of Lionel. Hey, that's what I'm saying. I do like the fucking homage stuff, but I don't know, man. We're gonna take a look at a Kickstarter that got canceled this week. Be careful, guys, with Kickstarters, man. Yesterday's price is not today's price. Are they gonna require more money to get this shit over the fucking funding goal? Because like the world changes, guys. The world changes day by day. So you can definitely take to the bank some of these older Kickstarters, like that fucking Futuristic Combat Soldiers. Say goodbye to that money, guys. You guys ain't never seeing your fucking toys or your fucking money ever again. And that's what gets me weary of current Kickstarters. It's just so fucking many of them. It's just so fucking many of them. And it's just like, nah, man. If this is your dream, you put your fucking money down. You take out a mortgage of your fucking house. Get this shit funded if you think it's gonna sell. Like, I don't know. You know, it's today's price, not today's price, guys. You know, those factories in China are probably gonna be like, hey guys, you know what? We know this was the cost that we gave you guys an estimate of. It's gonna cost more. So run back to your backers. Ask for more money. You're gonna see that, guys. I can almost guarantee it, man. And going back to this though, the one thing that is knocking out of the park is these freaking beautiful card backs, man. Shout out to Manuel Eduardo Caritas. That motherfucker, he does the packaging for the Mattel guys for the MOTU stuff. Kills it, bro. The artwork on this stuff is just fucking awesome looking. I mean, this almost looks good enough to just buy and keep on card. Like, that's how good to me the card bags. Like, it looks fucking beautiful. And then yeah, this more deluxe scale raw figure. If I catch this on sale, I might go in for it, man. You know, I'll say that at least. But for right now, just standard MSRP, I'm not going anywhere near that $30 price point. Fuck no. Jose Rodriguez in the building says, here late, but got both those Mayfex figures in this week. Miguel is fire and the Toby is good too, but that diaper is a little crazy. Yes, man. Yes. Yes, bro. For all my McFarlane haters. For all my McFarlane. Look at that fucking diaper, bro. Holy shit. And it's just like, they're doing that same fucking like little rubber thing. It's like, man, bro, I don't know, guys. See, I even had this shit posed up like this for too long. It kind of indented a little bit. Look at this shit. Not good, guys. Not good for all the Mayfex enthusiasts out there. It's like, guys, it's just a fucking line of figures. You don't gotta fucking blow them. You know? But yeah, I don't know, man. I'm actually gonna put this vanilla pose. I don't like that shit at all. Holy fuck. Fuck that shit. Yeah, that diaper, bro. That's why I was like, man, where the Todd haters at with this one, bro? Fucking hell. Oh man. Ghost Tat says TMNT has kept making content. Thundercats has the original cartoon and a failed remake that I love. Yeah, that Thundercats 2000, what was it, 2002 or some shit? The Thundercats 2000. That was the other one too. That I saw a few episodes of that, and then I think I just lost track of where they would come on TV on. But yeah, that was a good one. That, like I said, if Mattel got the Thundercats license, they would be able to produce those figures, the regular classic figures, concept figures. Because look at MOTU, man. We move into the new Eternia stuff. These are like concept versions of these fucking like versions of characters. Because we move into the Terror Claw Skeletor. Been taking a look at this figure at previous cons. Finally went up for pre-order. I had to lock this up. I had to lock it up. Good luck finding that battle armor Skeletor out there, guys. I don't know what happened with that. It must have been a short production run, but you can't find that, not even on eBay. I don't necessarily think this is going to be one of these cases, but like I said, man, it's just a gnarly look, and I feel like Mattel has a lot of fun with just these like designs and incorporating them into this new Eternia line. Where now they're doing like a vintage style line. They're kind of giving you more vintage looks, and just in obviously 7-inch scale, where I'm even in for those. But yeah, I had to pre-order this Skeletor. It's just something about MOTU that it's just like fantasy and sci-fi mixed into it. It's just, I fucking love it, man. And then on top of that, the fucking colors, guys. The colors, man. The toyetic factor, baby. I mean, you guys are watching real figures. You know I'm going to say toyetic factor is a thing. This is a fucking thing that always sells me, man. It's just the colors that pop. I'm tired of fucking just muted looking Batman that are always like these dark colors. And it's like, fucking hell, man. It's like, I want something that pops, pops on the shelf. It just looks like a fucking toy, man. And yeah, I feel like Masters of the Universe, they always come with it, man. So locked up this Terror Claw Skeletor. And also, to my surprise, was something that I haven't seen at previous cons, was this new Eternia Ninjor, where, man, like I said, I've been digging up this new Eternia line. And man, this is another cool character that one thing that always gets me excited when it comes to these Masters of the Universe releases is, like I said about those Thundercats figures, the fucking packaging, man. They tend to like tease out artwork on future releases on their packaging. And then Ninjor is always a character that's tied to Scareglow. So very excited for a new Eternia Scareglow that we got right here on the packaging. And then we get a look at a Sorceress also coming up. Man, for my money, I still feel like this is a good line from Mattel. They're not really up pricing these too much. These are standard $20, $25 figures. And you can't really buy too much now going forward for $25. So I'm excited to kind of continue this one line of MOTU figures. Because the other line that they're kind of doing is the origin scale, and I'm kind of tending to slow down on that. I brought it up in the past. I kind of just want to collect like the OG cast. Go watch that retro blasting video. He made a great video, a breakdown of that line, how they were like losing sight of what they set out to do, and it gets collectors frustrated, because then it's just like, all right, you're promising this, and then now you're veering into other stuff. You're doing Turtles of Grayskull. You're doing all this cartoon stuff. Give us the shit you promised first, you pieces of shit. Because that's what the fuck you promised first. That's what we want to finish collecting. We're tired of this like veering away from stuff and dragging it out so goddamn long because we want to move on, you know. Because moving on from there, obviously another one of the new Eternias, the She-Ra. Kind of took a look at this past last week. I think this was part of Walmart CollectorCon. But like I was saying, going back to this, now it looks like they're doing another not origin style retro release. Now this is going to be the vintage figures where this is going to be true retro. This isn't going to be like an update, you know, origin style. This doesn't even have articulation on the knees. The heads are going to be squishy, but the looks look exactly how they looked when they came out. Even down to the mini comics in the release. They're going to have the Alfredo Alcala OG comics in this. Now this 2-pack already went up for pre-order on Target, so it was like $44. I didn't pre-order it because the fucking listing was mixed up. It said something else, and I don't know. I just had a feeling if I pre-order this and they send me something else, I'm not going to be able to return it. So kind of held off on it. But like I said, it's just fucking Mattel dancing around with the collectors of their lines is getting a little bit annoying. Because man, I already picked up the Origins Skeletor. I already picked the Origins He-Man. I'm gonna get this, man. They're gonna get me to get this shit. And instead of just completing that first line, that Origins line, they're playing with people, man. They're fucking around with people, and it gets a little bit of annoying. But at the same time, it is cool stuff that they're putting out. I do gotta say. The one thing here though is that fucking swivel on He-Man's neck. For whatever reason, it's just even more unsightly here. I guess it's because of that squishy head. It's just kind of fucking ugly looking swivel. But man, like I said, these are gonna be as close to the OG figures as the past. They're even gonna have that fucking twists and punch action. So when you twist this thing, it's gonna be able to punch forward. That's fucking awesome. I honestly don't even think I'm gonna take this out of the packaging. I'm probably just gonna keep this shit in box. I do like to keep shit in box sometimes, not all the times, but like I said, it's like this is a state of the art action figures, guys. It's like I'm not gonna all of a sudden get my mind fucking open playing with this shit, but classic looks to them. I gotta have them, man. I just kind of bummed out about that price. It's at $44. Kind of sucks ass. So yeah, it kind of sucks. We got more people sliding in. We got Laser Pants. What's up, fool? Fucking Laser Dickies. Some of my guy on the It's Chad stream. It looked like Suicidal Tendencies, Laser Fans. You pull it off though, man. I dug that show. It was hilarious. What's good with LP? We got Ghost Half saying the Terraclaw Skeletor should have been the villain for He-Man of the future instead of that bitch ass version we got. Yeah, the Terraclaw. I like the design on him. I do like the design on like multiple, add-ons or I guess deluxe releases of characters. Like even the Battle Armor Skeletor, he has an awesome look. He has like a more barbarian style look. Racing says, did you check out MOTU Toys? They are working with the Frank Frazetta Museum to make vintage figures. Yeah, I have seen that. They're making like Origins 5.5-inch figures. I know they did a couple of waves already that they put out. I actually watched like Pixel Dan review them. They look cool, but like I said, man, when you're getting flooded with so much shit from these companies, you can't collect everything, man. You can't collect everything. And when it's something that, even though it's new and it's cool, I don't know, man. For me, nostalgia is definitely a thing, and the history to stuff too, man. Like this is already an IP that I don't know much about, and I want to continue learning more about this. I don't want to like put more onto my plate with stuff that I don't know. They look like cool He-Man toys or Masters of the Universe toys, and just collect Masters of the Universe, but they are putting out some cool stuff. I want to see what's up with that dragon that they did. They could kind of get on all fours. That shit looks awesome. And then I did see there was another company that did like a 5.5-inch Death Dealer, but that shit was $90, bro, or like something crazy, something outrageous. And I'm just like, no, I'm not paying $90 for this style of figure. So, like I said, man, there's a lot of cool toys out there, guys. There's a shit ton of cool toys out there, but like, especially now going forward, you definitely got to pick and choose, man. Obi-Wan says some Chinese and Japanese companies keep your down payment for years, earning interest on your money before they produce the toy they tease us with. Man, I mean, like I said, man, I'd be very nervous if I backed any of these Kickstarters in this past year. Yesterday's price is not today's price, man. I can almost guarantee that these factories, gave these people estimates and said, okay, this is what it's going to cost. Not anymore. It's costing more. Go to your backers and get more money. Because like I said, look up those futuristic combat soldiers. Those things were like getting solicited around multiple YouTube shows like 2021. They're never coming out. They're never coming out, dude. Kickstarters are not a guaranteed pre-order. So be fucking smart with your fucking money, man. I know I am. I know I am, man. You know, so it's crazy. It's crazy times, man. And with so many companies already producing toys that you know are gonna make, I get this indie push and getting more indie toys is always awesome. But man, it's a dangerous game, bro, for something that you're not really sure of. You know, you're learning yourself as you go. It's just I don't want to put my money towards that. You know, it's like it's almost like an investment, you know. And if it's an unsure investment, then I don't know. I want to kind of stay away from it. Mattel needs to make a 2000X Origins line or cartoon collection version. Yeah, that would be pretty cool. That would be pretty cool. I'm interested to see the Mondo stuff, but yeah, for that, I think, like I said, I just want to round out that OG roster of Origins characters, MOTU characters and Origins, and I'm done collecting the 5.5-inch scale. You know, obviously I say that, and then I saw this 2-pack and going in for that, but I kind of want to just finish off there and then just continue collecting the 7-inch scale stuff that they're doing. Mr. Ortega in the building says, "Hey, yo, what up, Ortega?" So yeah, moving on from here though, not stopping there because Mattel always killing it with their fucking dinosaur line, man. This Spinosaurus went up for pre-order on Target, and I think it lasted all but 10 minutes, man. This fucking pre-order was like one of the fastest pre-orders I've seen dry up on Target, faster than any Marvel Legends exclusive, any of that crap. This thing is fucking awesome, man. This Hammond Collection line that Mattel does, it's like I said, I brought it up in the past. I know they still do like more kid-friendly versions of dinosaurs, but something this detailed, man, holy shit, bro. Like, I couldn't have only imagined how awesome this would have been as a kid. But man, now it's still fucking awesome, man. I have that Giganosaurus, and the T-Rex from the Hammond Collection. Obviously people would want like 1/12 scale versions of this, but man, the size and the cost of that, they're obviously gonna have to sacrifice detail and stuff, man. But this Hammond Collection, dude, it's definitely a line of figures to collect, man. A lot of their pre-orders end up drying up, not just the exclusives, but just their regular releases that go up on BBTS. Because just look at them, man. They look fucking awesome. I don't know if you guys follow Mitchell Wu Photography, but he actually just had a video on his Instagram, Beyond the Gates. I think they do like a podcast with that Collect Jurassic guy or group, and yeah, they were kind of talking about this. This thing is huge, man. Like seriously, the pictures right here don't even do it justice because you don't really see it compared to anything else, but this thing is fucking massive. And I can only imagine what a 1/12 scale version of this would have been sized at. And like I said, it's just not gonna pack in nearly as much articulation. I do love like those fucking glass eyes that kind of give it that more realistic look. And then this fucking dinosaur too, man. It's not one of my favorite Jurassic Park movies. I think all of those fucking Pratt movies are fucking terrible. But this thing was pretty fucking gnarly when it came out. It's like intelligent as fuck and can like cloak itself and all kinds of crazy shit. But it's fucking awesome. It can even swim in the water and all kinds of crazy fucking shit that it has. If I see this go back up on Target, I'm locking this shit up. It's just a gnarly looking piece. That one thing I love about this Hammond Collection is like, even though it's not fucking 1/12 scale, it's like, who gives a fuck, dude? You put this shit next to like a Savage Land Rogue or something, it works. Nobody's gonna say, hey, that's not a scale, man. It doesn't make any sense. You put this shit like a fucking like a Conan fighting this thing or something, it works, dude. You know, I've been seeing people like fucking make like saddles and shit and like have these things as mounts. I saw some guy do that with the T-Rex. It works, dude. It's fucking awesome, you know. So this was one of the pre-orders that dried up, and I think this was like priced up at $60. So it's not cheap, but when you look at all the detail that is packed into it and the size, like I said, the pictures right here don't do it justice, but it's a bigger piece for sure. Yeah, people were definitely excited to see this go up, and yeah, that thing dried up fast. Because along with this Spinosaurus, we get the fucking classic fucking Stegosaurus. I'll say it again, baby. Iconic dinosaur. This was always a dinosaur that it's up there with like the fucking T-Rex, the Triceratops. You always see these, like, kids drawing these types of dinosaurs and shit. This is one of them, man. And the crazy thing to me about it when I look at fucking dinosaurs is these fucking things existed, man. They're real, bro. Obviously, this Spinosaurus didn't. This is a fucking this is a going full retard for a movie, but it's a cool design. But something like this, whenever I look at dinosaurs like this, or I go to a museum and you see the skeleton of them and all that shit, it's like, holy fuck, dude. Like, nobody had to imagine this shit. This shit was fucking real, man. And that to me is just fucking awesome. My man Boncho, Jurassic Omar, you know it, man. Like I said, it's just something awesome about dinos, and I feel like this Hammond Collection line is just it's definitely a cool line to collect when it's all said and done. It's relatively easy to kind of have on a display because they are smaller. But man, they're not sacrificing any detail, any articulation. It's pretty dope. And along with the Spinosaurus, if I see this go back up for pre-order, I think I'm locking this up because this thing looks just that awesome, I gotta go back and find that Triceratops. When that one came out, I didn't hear too many good things about it, especially in comparison to the T-Rex. But like I said, iconic dinos, baby. I gotta have them. And then yeah, this is another one, man. It shit just looks so awesome. I believe this one was priced up at $40 too. And yeah, just as fast as that Spinosaurus went out, this thing went pretty fast as well. So kind of lame that Target's getting these like cool exclusives going their way. But man, I don't know. Maybe that might be what we start to see more and more often now. Just lower production runs from companies, more exclusives going on different retailers and stuff. Just so they don't sit on so much product everywhere, because shit, man, you look at all these like online retailers, you got Big Bad Toy Store, Entertainment Earth, you got Hella Dope Toys, Nerdzoic. How much product is Big Bad Toy Store sitting on? They got to be sitting on a shit ton of product, man. And when you're sitting on a shit ton of product, if it's at a site, it's out of mind. Nobody just remembers, oh yeah, I'm gonna go order that Spinosaurus. Nobody, you're not gonna just randomly think that, It's always the new hot shit. So I don't know, man. I definitely see this is gonna be like a more of a trend going forward. You're gonna see more and more exclusives going to online retailers, man, and just giving them all the inventory. Like, yo, you're gonna be the only place that gets this shit. The Diddysaurus got the fucking baby oil and shit ready. Nobody cares about scales and dinosaurs except minifigures. It's all about the presence. Yeah, I mean, this got it all, man. It's got the detail and it's got the fucking presence. And I think it's just the fact that it's a fucking dinosaur, man. Like I said, they all look so crazy. Everything from a fucking raptor to everything that they really walk the earth, man. I love going to museums, and I don't really bring up Legos on here, but have you guys seen that Lego of the T-Rex like skeleton and shit? That shit looks fucking awesome, man. I kind of want to get it. It's like $300, but it just looks so sick, man, that I actually want that. I want like a company to make like an articulated skeleton of a dinosaur. It's like, we get the fucking dinos from Mattel. Somebody make fucking the skeletons, man. Enough regular human skeletons. I'm tired of that shit too. So everybody got them. Everybody's making them shits. Foosh, Four Horsemen. Make some fucking dino skeletons, man. I'll buy that shit. I'll buy a T-Rex that can fucking move and it's a skeleton. That'd be fucking sweet, man. So yeah, be on the lookout for this if you're interested. Like I said, it already dried up as far as pre-orders go, but they might come back. And man, one of the reasons why I do like dinosaurs, and like I said, man, was Toriyama's artwork, bro. He always incorporated fucking dinos into his artwork, and it was always so cool. Then these like worlds that he created, yeah, fucking dinosaurs walking around and shit. And obviously, like, look at this artwork right here. You can mount them up, so that was always awesome. And the only reason I bring it up is because it transitions me into this S.H. Figuarts Nail, Dragon Ball Z. Another one from the Namek arc, man, where kind of a surprise. Thought it was kind of wrapped up already. I thought they were moving into like the Cell Saga and stuff. But man, talk about a cool character that I almost kind of forgot about. Not really, but it's definitely a character that had a pretty cool story arc in a short amount of episodes, man. Like this Namekian was probably the strongest Namekian on the planet and shit, but that episode or those episodes where he fights Frieza, man, it's just like, yeah, you knew this fool was outgunned, outmatched, but he didn't fucking give up. He didn't fucking cry. He didn't get all scared like a little bitch. He held his own. Watching those episodes, though, man, it really got you to understand how evil of a character Frieza was. All-time villain, bro. All-time villain Frieza, man. Motherfucker blew up a planet just for fun. Blow up planets for fun, man. Blew up the main character's planet for fun. Watching those episodes when he was on Namek, it was just like fucking shit. Every time he would come on screen, you knew everybody else was gonna fucking die. You knew everybody else was gonna fucking die. And when this guy shows up defending what's his name? Kami? Yeah, you know this motherfucker was gonna die. No, what was his name? What was Guru? He was defending Guru. You knew this dude was gonna die, but like I said, he held his own. A warrior class Namekian, fucking awesome. To me, I liked it more than Piccolo because I just liked his design. I like that like thing around his neck, his cool vest. Pretty fucking awesome, man. You know, and like I said, man, he held his own, but you know the motherfucker was gonna fucking win. I remember even Frieza, just as badass as he is, he was like fighting them with one arm. He was like, "I'll fight you with one arm," and I think even in the like episodes leading up to this fight, I think he like kills like 3 Namekians, just blows them away and shit like nothing. And then yeah, you kind of knew this guy was gonna suffer the same fate. And after that, after he kind of ends up kind of losing and stuff, you get to see like a fusion with one of the main characters named Piccolo, and it fucking powers up Piccolo crazily, bro, to the point where yeah, he can match up with Frieza, or his second form at least. But yeah, it was just those episodes, it was almost frustrating all the time because you would get through them and then they would do the reruns again. They would like restart, and it was like, oh fuck, must have seen this story arc play over like 4 or 5 times and shit, man. But it was cool that they did give this minor character that big of a role in those episodes. Because yeah, you got to see like a full arc of that guy, man. You got to understand who he was. Motherfucker was about unity, uniting the fucking planet, and not giving up, man. Not giving up even in the face of death, bro. And that to me was fucking awesome, man. Like I said, maybe not awesome enough for me to get the figure, but like I said, it's just kind of a more niche character. But as cool as he is, it's just crazy to me that this line of S.H. Figuarts is going this deep. Like they're literally going to give you every character, as minor or as major as they might be. Obviously with this one, they get some reuse from the Piccolo and stuff. Obviously, like their pants and everything is pretty easy reuse, but just the sheer fact that they are actually making the characters is pretty awesome. And yeah, man, this would even round out a very cool Namek shelf, you know, if you're collecting all the sagas and stuff, man. But for me, I'm just looking forward to more like the big dogs, you know. I can't wait for a fucking Perfect Cell. I can't wait for Kid Buu. I'm looking more forward to that. So on this one, I'm gonna have to pass, even though my boy Nail was fucking awesome, man. But yeah, like I said, man, that's a line that they're going deep in. Another approach that Bandai is also doing is just making every other fucking anime also out there, man. This next one right here, I don't know too much about. I actually tried watching an episode yesterday. I guess it's about this like fucking ex-hitman that no longer is a hitman, this old dude right here, where when I first saw the design to him, this Sakamoto Taro guy, dude on the left, I was like, man, this shit looks lame as fuck. I was like, this thing looks lame as shit, man. But yeah, learning a little bit more about it, I was like, okay, ex-hitman. I did kind of see, like I said, that first episode, and I liked the design of how he looked like when he was younger. I was like, yeah, I'd buy a figure of that. He looks fucking badass. So we got Sakamoto, and then we got Shin right here to the right. I don't know. I wasn't really paying too much attention to the episode. I don't know if it was like his apprentice or something. But yeah, one thing that, like I said, Bandai's gonna do is just produce every other fucking anime out there, beating people to the punch, like Figma, almost to their detriment, man. Because like I said, we're gonna talk about a Figma right now coming up. It's almost annoying as fuck how Bandai just pumps it out so fast and so careless that as good as these figures might look wise in the sculpt and stuff, there's gonna be things about them that people are not gonna like, you know, especially right here when you look at like the shoulders and the arms and stuff. It's got like a lot of shit going on right there that I don't like, you know. And for fans of these like animes, these like newer animes or newer mangas and stuff, it's like, hey man, these guys are the first ones out with the toys. Like, cool, good enough for me. You know, it's a reputable brand. You know, S.H. Figuarts. I don't think people see an issue with them until they get them in hand. You know, because like I said, stupidly, I went in for that Dan to Dan Momo figure and she was a fucking hunk of crap. Like I was talking to my boy Johnny this week about it. It was like, holy fuck, dude. Like she can literally lift up her arm, and that's pretty much it. She can wave at you, you know, and kind of walk, and that's it. It ain't doing much else, you know. So beating people to the punch isn't necessarily a good thing for Bandai here, because these figures going up for pre-order, I can definitely see fans of this anime going in for them. But I don't know, man. After a couple of their past releases recently, I think I'd kind of tend to wait more, you know. Especially me now, like for sure now, because that Momo figure, like I said, it was just such a fucking letdown. I couldn't believe it, dude. I was like, this shit fucking sucks ass. So be on the lookout for those if you're interested. And then another reveal that they had, part of their One Piece line, is we got this Jewelry Bonnie figure. And this actually kind of went up for reveal today. So we got full solicitations of that right before the show, where this is another thing that's annoying the fuck out of me with this specific line, is that they're bouncing around too much, man. They're giving you like classic looks to some of the characters, and then they bounce way, way, way ahead to another arc, the more current arc, give you specific looks, and it doesn't even round out a good roster, you know. The first three figures that came out for the One Piece line were part of the Wano arc. So you got the main character, and then you kind of got like two of the Straw Hats, like two of his, I guess you could call them his like two sides, you know, it's like two wings, I guess. So it kind of made for a cool display there. But then you didn't get the rest of the Straw Hats. You didn't get the rest of the team, not in those specific looks. After that, they jumped way to the beginning of it. So you get the OG look to the main character, and then a couple of the Straw Hats, and then you don't round out the roster. You go all the way fucking forward now to some of the more current shit in the anime, and you get these fucking crazy looks to the main character, and then a couple of his like fucking, you know, Straw Hat crew members. I don't know, Jewelry Bonnie has joined the Straw Hats, but there's a rumor she is. And it's just fucking annoying the fuck out of me, man, because it's like I just want a seamless look to the crew. I don't want like this look to Chopper and then this look to Zoro and then this look to this character. It's just very fucking annoying. But like I said, I just feel like Bandai is just, I don't know, they're just pumping out stuff too recklessly, man, for my liking. Where I don't know, I guess for my liking too, I can easily say I'm passing on this stuff. You know, it's easy to pass. It makes it easy to pass and save that money, you know. You got more people sliding in here. NYC, yeah. So let's get real. Ghost says, I respect the DBZ and their dinosaurs until Icarus. Is that fucking Daima shit? Or am I forgetting something? Ghost says, Nail was the first person that became one with Piccolo. Hey, yo. Bandai keeps missing the mark. Third-party companies got them beat. Shaking my head. Nobody asked for Nail. Yeah, that was the other thing. I was like, man, those third-party companies are eating these guys' lunch when it comes to the DBZ stuff. But, I mean, you know, their shit still sells. But, yeah, I don't know. Like that latest Vegeta figure that came out, that updated armor or whatever, that shit looks like shit, man. I heard the torso doesn't even move. They're just bouncing around too much, man. I don't know. It's becoming less and less of a premium brand to me. Is this fucking S.H. Figuarts line of figures? It's just, I don't know. I'm almost looking at them like Bandai America now. This is just a diet Piccolo. He's talking about the Nail. I like my boy Nail, man. Come on, you guys. Mel say, I just started the show and I like it, but I'm not in on the gifts, on the figs. Oh, he's talking about DBZ or the Sakamoto fucking assassin dude. Yeah, because like I said, I just out of intrigue, I caught the first episode and I mean, it wasn't bad. It wasn't bad, but I don't know. I wasn't really paying too much attention. I was kind of getting some of the slides for the show ready, but it's just something about it. Even if I was interested or it did catch all my attention, I don't think I would go in for the figures, man. Because like I said, it just looks like they're very reckless with just producing these things and pumping them out. Because we go into well, next up, we haven't got a full reveal on this, but looks like they're making Go Ranger. So we're making that fucking classic OG, triple OG Super Sentai now. Where man, I might have to get this one, man. This is the fucking what Power Rangers was derived from right here, man. This Go Ranger shit. I don't know the name of the specific red one, but I think it's like Akuma Ranger or some shit. But yeah, it's just that classic Super Sentai look, man. And this Shinkoho Seijo SH Figuarts line. It's like I said, they don't skip a beat when it comes to this line. They put all the love into this one. Where this crap, they don't give a fuck about, dude. They give no fucks about this. This is like pump this crap out. It's gonna ship out in a couple months. But this Shinkoho Seiho stuff, man, especially for like, say it again, man, more iconic characters. Oh man, you know this figure is gonna be off the hook. And yeah, when they fully reveal this and put it up for pre-order, this is probably gonna be one that I lock up just because I don't know, the fucking design just looks cool as fuck to me. And yeah, I can only imagine the action figure is gonna be off the hook, man. So be on the lookout for that. But like I was saying, man, jumping back to why Bandai sucks now, and it's gonna be more of a pass for me going forward, is when they put this character out, it was not good, man. It was not good. Not only did it lack soft goods, where I can understand that it's like, okay, you're not gonna put soft goods in it. It didn't do a goddamn thing. You couldn't move that torso right off the bat, man. As soon as people started getting this figure in hand, the SH Figuarts, what do? Went to fucking GPS lot, bought the soft goods. I was almost gonna do that before I saw this Figma revealed at a con, where these guys are even giving you the fucking necessary accessories to this character. That's fucking awesome. Like, she looks good. I didn't think I needed to buy this character twice. Like, I thought I would have been good with the Bandai, man. You know, Bandai, they're good. They're good, man. SH Figuarts, they're good to go. I'm a fucking idiot. I should have waited for a review on that thing because, yeah, I remember seeing somebody get like in-hand reviews on Instagram talking about it, and they were ripping it apart. And I was like, fuck, my shit arrives like in a couple days. And then, yeah, when I got it out of the box, I was like, man, this thing is not good. It's like a figure where it's like, it's not fun to play with. Like, as soon as you move the torso, even, it like chips the paint. And I was like, man, what the fuck? Like, I mean, the face plates were good. Like, that's it. I was like, fuck. I was so frustrated. Like I said, I posed her out one time, put it on my shelf, and that's it. I haven't messed with it since. Where when I started to see people going in for the soft goods, I'm glad I didn't buy them. I didn't want to invest more into that crappy ass figure. I'd rather put my money towards this Figma, beautiful, beautiful figure. Where the one thing that I gotta say here is, for the life of me, I don't know why they fucking put this god awful hole in her back. They fucking ruined this sweater, man. It's like, what are you guys fucking doing? What are you guys doing? Like, what the fuck are you guys doing, bro? I was like, is that legit? Is that like a legit hole in her back? I was like, holy fuck, man. Like, why would you do that? Why the fuck would you do that, man? Where it's not a deal breaker for me, but it is something that annoyed the fuck out of me. Where it's like, you get major points for these accessories. Like, this accessory right here, this effect is fucking sweet. Like, it's awesome. I love it. I was kind of using this shit for the longest time. I always just have this shit on my desk. I saw Mr. Lee using this shit. It was like fully articulated, like hands and stuff. It's like, this shit's cool. I use this shit to smoke my roaches and shit. But something like this, I was like, Bandai, I mean, do you not like the shit you're making, or are you just making it just to make it? And I think it's the latter, dude. You know, it's like, you fucking pieces of crap, man. You know, and you know it's a popular character. You know it's gonna sell, and I think that's what they capitalize on. The nerds are just gonna buy this shit because it's a waifu figure and they don't give a fuck. Or it's a new anime. The weebs are gonna get it, man. But yeah, Figma here, they fucking cooked, man. They cooked. everything down from the soft goods to the great knee articulation, where Figma normally has ugly ball joints sticking out of the back of her knees, where I think they're kind of cleaned up here, but even that, the knees on the Bandai one were so fucking ugly. It has like these scoops that go forward. I was like, oh, it looks ugly. It looks like the elbows on that Maximum Hulk we're gonna talk about. It looks like shit. It has like this like piece of plastic that sticks out. Fucking hideous, bro. It's like I said, I posed her one time and that's it. I didn't touch it since, man. This is me looking at the figure on my phone. I was like, man, this Figma looks awesome. I'm all smiles. Yeah, I guess I'm buying two. So yeah, definitely like this one up on HLJ this morning. I was like, yeah, I got to get it. I mean, the effects alone are good enough, and it's good enough to overlook this god awful hole where they should have put in their fucking butt. But you know, it's still not a deal breaker, and it's surprisingly it wasn't that expensive. You know, it's a little bit more pricey than the Bandai, but well worth it to me, man. Where the only thing that I'm annoyed by is the fact that I did have to buy this character twice, so it just jacks it up that much fucking more, you know, and that's fucking annoying. Aka means red, so it's Red Ranger. Oh yeah, Aka Ranger. Yeah, that's the guy. Also SM the Figma version. Fire. Yep. Plastic sniffer, Figma gonna Figma. I know. Normally that's not the greatest thing, right? But I feel like right here, look at the back of the knees, man. I mean, that to me is like when Figma really likes something, they'll put the love into it also. You know, they're not gonna get off scot-free. I'm not just gonna shit on Bandai here. Sometimes Figma, they can fuck all the way off. But here I feel like without the exception of that hole, I feel like they definitely put a lot of tender love and care into this character, and I'm here for it, man. This shit looks sweet. So yeah, that's that. And then going forward, man, you guys got any kids in the room? See them out now, because we get into the jar figure, guys. The jar figures, and man, if you guys haven't got your bunny girl fix yet, shit, man, you guys might get close, man, because this fucking Sushing Studios is continuing to put out this fucking Rapid Bunny Squad. And I believe this is the second character to come out from this specific line, where it's like a whole fucking platoon of these chicks, man. We have Elena. So Elena here, I don't know why she needs a riot shield, but who cares? She looks fucking awesome, man. It's like she's got a whole riot shield. But that's not the coolest accessory this figure comes with, man. Take a look at these axes. Not those either, guys. This accessory right here. Holy shit, man. I was like, bro, I've seen companies do the crossed arms accessories where you just port in the arms and it's just like one sculpted out crossed arms. I love that. Whenever I get a figure with that, I'm just like, man, that's awesome. I don't know why the fucking Super Saiyan. I hope the Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta comes with that shit, not the Diamond one. The OG GT Super Saiyan 4 crossed arms, necessary accessory. Naruto comes with it. This is even fucking better. Fucking arms tied behind her back. Holy shit, man. She's a hostage. Somebody save her. This is awesome. This is definitely one for the jar. It's like, yeah, you get all these cool riot accessory, riot gear, riot shield, whatever, what have you. That's cool. That's all fine and dandy. This right here is what's gonna be the money maker right here. More figures need to come with this. More figures need to come with this shit right here, man. This is a must. We haven't picked up anything Sushing Studios, but I do believe those guys are the ones producing those tentacles that are just like fucking coming out of the ground, where they got like bendy arms and shit. You could definitely slide in a couple of bunnies in there. I'm not talking about the animals. So that'll look cool. But yeah, overall pretty cool look to her, you know, outside of the waifu aesthetic. It's just a standard bunny girl, man. It's like, why does she need guns and shit? Who cares? The more the merrier, you know. So yeah, this is I believe this is, like I said, this is the second figure in this whole line of figures, but from what I remember, that first one, I forgot her name, but she had like these like pigtail kind of ears. She ended up selling out like on 5K Toys. So I do think when people see more and more of these, they're gonna continue to sell out. And I forgot what con it was, but there was like 5 or 6 of them So it's like a whole group of them, man, where I don't know if that first one came with this fucking accessory right here. But they all need to come with that. They all need to come with that, man. Shit. This is Mel saying, dang, they could at least include a piece to plug the hole. Yeah, exactly, man. I mean, just don't fucking do it. You're making a soft goods sweater, dude. Where it's like now I think I do got to go to GPS lot and get the soft goods shit. And it's gonna jack up the price even more unnecessarily. I like that I leave this picture on the screen. So if you guys are watching it with people in the crib, what are you watching? Keep the Figma, sell the Figuarts Momo. Man, I can't get shit for that. I cannot get shit for that, but it's all good. I kind of got her posed up with my Nosuke figure from Demon Slayer. Bancho, hey yo! now that's meta, not no fucking battle cat. Oh man, that girl is wider than her shoulders. That girl's is wider than her shoulders. Her hips. That's not a bad thing. That ain't a bad thing. Her hips are wider than her shoulders. I got you, Ghost Tab. I don't see the tight arms on the panel with her accessories. I know. See, that's the one thing that was throwing me off too, right? Because it's like, I mean, you guys are showcasing it here, man. I hope it's a thing, dude. You know, because I did see along with this like panel of accessories on HLJ, they have this bonus item is only included with the first release of this product. So I don't know if it's an unsolicited accessory or something, but if that's the case, if it's the case that it doesn't come with it, that's fucking lame as fuck. Because then you shouldn't show this picture, you know. Because that to me was, like I said, that was like the deal maker right here. I was like, yeah, I gotta pre-order this shit. I need that. Even if I don't get the rest of them, I'm like, I only need one bunny girl tied up. I only got one jar available right now, so I'm good. So yeah, hopefully that's included, man. But you're right. I also noticed that shit. I also noticed that, man. So hopefully they do right by the weebs out there. We can get our shit, get our fix. But if not, it's still a good looking figure, you know. I think she still has a cool design to her. I like her design. Wink, wink. But moving on, it's not the only waifu figure. You know, I hope you got more than one jar out there available. Because next up, moving to the Snail Shell Succubus phase 2, I guess, or second phase version of this like fucking demonic waifu. And man, bro, this is one figure that I actually got recently, and I haven't even opened yet, man. I got her and the little nun chick, got the feet accessories and everything, but I just been looking for the right time to open them, man. Get the candles ready, you know, dim down the lights. Because man, bro, one thing that for sure Snail Shell is going to continue to pump out is these like very, very good premium style waifu figures, man. Like these things are coming with buttery smooth articulation, and like I said, man, the value on these things, it's there, man. They're not charging fucking $80, $100. I think this thing is going for like $50, man. And I mean, sculpt alone is well worth the price, man. You know, design aside, there's a couple of reasons why I would want to buy this figure, man. And then yeah, like I said, just design wise, they're cooking up some pretty gnarly stuff over there. I think currently what's hitting the market right now is the three wise monkeys or whatever. It's just even if it's just not a waifu figure, it's just like the designs and stuff. They're dope as fuck. You know, I like what they're doing. I haven't bought all their stuff, but I have kind of picked and choose here and there, like some of the more intriguing ones. And I think this is one of them, man. Like I said, this is like the second version of her, so it's just kind of slight deco change on it. But I don't know, man. If this would have been the first release, I think I would have just been happy getting it here. It's something about the color swap right here that I like a lot. I'm gonna take a look at the colors right here in contrast to that first release. I guess it's the darker hair, bro. It's calling me, man. But man, I mean, you can't be mad at having owning both of these figures, you know. Especially if you didn't get that nun one, you know. I think she kind of went hand in hand with the nun figure, but now getting two of these chicks, it's like, hey, yo, man, the more the merrier. And this doesn't come with too many accessories, but like I said, man, it keeps the price relatively low. So you got her little stilettos on, or you got the fucking demonic hooved feet. I like E, man, but one thing that you might make it that much better is the feet, bro. You gotta have the feet accessories, man. So that's the one thing that always trips me out with this company is not only are they soliciting cool figures, but these little add-on packs. It's like normally you get like weapons or something. It's like, no, no, no. We're giving you the good stuff. We're gonna give you no, not articulated, but posed feet, baby. So every kind of pose you can get with your feet, your toesies, we're gonna give it to you, man. And I think that's just awesome. And you gotta have it, bro. You gotta fucking have it, man. So I just leave it on this picture right here. Pause on your guys' screen for a bit. As like I said, man, if you guys had kids in the room, I hope you saw them out. Cause yeah, man, this is definitely adult collector stuff. This isn't, this isn't something you're ever gonna see a fucking Hasbro Marvel Legend have. I'm not talking about the feet, I'm not talking about the feet either. I'm talking about two other things. But yeah, it's just definitely something for everybody out there. When you see stuff like this, and then you'll get stuff like this. The collecting market is so crazy right now. And like I said, I don't know, want to necessarily say the bubble's bursting, but man, when you just see oversaturation of stuff a lot of the times, and I think it's more so with like domestic companies, man. Like all these like up and coming Kickstarters and stuff, it gets me nervous, man, to see that much product. And then BBTS being one of the companies that takes in a lot of that product, man. It's like I think if these dumbasses didn't take in so much product, I don't think you would be seeing such drastic price increases on their site. Because like I said, they got to be sitting on a shit ton of inventory, man, a shit ton. So I hope they're loading up on this stuff because this is the stuff I think is going to continue to sell. That other stuff, that some of those Kickstarters, I feel like it's just flavor of the month stuff. You see these guys pop up on your favorite YouTuber's channel, and you get excited for the guys. Obviously they're telling their story, pitching their stuff, but I don't know, man. I think my money is good going towards stuff like this, and I don't want to bash, like I said, indie toy lines and stuff. I hope people that are really interested in those can get them and are happy with them. But yeah, for my money, I think I'm gonna be leaning more into stuff like this, man. This Succubus Lustia. So yeah, be on the lookout for that. That is up on HLJ. And then from one demon to the next, kind of a crazy contrast in articulation and sculpt. We moved to this DC Direct from McFarlane Toys, the new Batman Adventures Etrigan. And dude, like I said, man, it's just going forward. I think I don't know. It's just there's a market for everyone, but man, it's something like this. Like I feel like the collectors that had it back in the day, even though they are gonna pump out newer characters, I don't know, man. I don't know if there's a place for it. And I say that after I just kind of went on the whole spiel about collecting MOTU Origins line, but I don't know, man. Whenever I see these types of figures now, like the Batman, the new adventures, or the Batman the animated series, and then the new Batman adventures, it's like I said, if Jada Toys ever got even like a slice of this DC line, I wish they would go in and make like all these animated series like characters, because just the love that they put into that Scooby-Doo line or that Frosty the Snowman, I feel like they can produce modern articulation to these like silhouettes and stuff, because man, just looking at these like hip joints, it's just like holy fuck, man. Like holy fuck, dude. Don't even put any articulation. Like just don't. Just make them statues. Give them like ab crunch and articulation in the arms. I don't know, those hips, bro. Whenever I see those hips, I'm just like, holy fuck, man. This is like super outdated, but it looks like Todd's gonna finish strong with this DC Direct stuff, man. This specific line, and then the Batman the Animated Series line. I know this is like one of the specific lines that collectors are kind of nervous about, because it's like they are collecting these. There's people that are going in for these, man. And it's just like now that he doesn't have the DC license going forward in the next couple of years, it's like, man, where are these lines gonna finish? Where are these lines gonna stop? So it's kind of gets people a little bit nervous, because it's like, should I stop now or should I hold on? And if you hold on, is it going to be a half-ass line at the end? It's like, that kind of sucks for collectors too, So I don't know. Definitely not for me, but I do know there is excitement around these things when they pop up. Because along with these new Batman Adventures figures, we also got the pre-order for the Super Friends retro style figures or vintage style figures. And like I said, we've brought these up already multiple times, but man, the one thing that just kind of stands out to me is just like the fucking colors on this shit, man. It's just they look so cool that I wish Mayfex would make like a line of this, Super Friends. Like they need to make this, they need to stop making the Snyderverse stuff, any movie garbage. Make this classic looking stuff, man, because it would just be so fucking cool to just get the entire Super Friends, like fucking Justice League, fucking, roster, the Legion of Doom. It's like you get fucking Lex Luthor, you get Sinestro. There's some heavy hitters already into the line for this specific retro line. I believe the Riddler is going to be like a red McFarlane Platinum Chase, so probably going to be a bitch to collect, but I almost kind of want to get this just to build this little display right here. I don't think it will cost me an arm and a leg. And like I say, he's already kind of on the way. He's got the Sinestro out there. He's got the Lex. It'd be fucking cool, man. You get the Riddler. That's the other one that's going to be hard to get, but it'd be cool to just get like a little tiny shelf somewhere and just kind of put this posed out like that. It would just look so awesome. Where obviously if we're not getting like fucking modern figures of it, it's like, yeah, you got to get what you can get, man, and I think that's where the collectors are kind of happy with this stuff. It's like easy, cheap stuff to collect. And then yeah, they look cool, man, as toys. Like I said, it's something about the colors when you see this on action figures is just they pop, man. They fucking pop. So I don't know, man. If I can get my hands on these relatively easy, I might go in for that Legion of Doom and the Super Friends, because like I said, that shit would just look cool as fuck if I can get them, because these things are fucking selling out, man. My boy Todd, he's ahead of the curve, bro. He's ahead of the curve. You're not seeing his shit going to Ollie's. You're not seeing his shit going to Ross. He's not producing too much more of this stuff, because not only did this Super Friends wave sell out on BBTS, I think you kind of still lock them up like on GameStop or something. But man, his DC direct fucking DC multiverse stuff is selling out as soon as it goes up, man. This last wave of Silver Age characters, got Superman, Dr. Fate, and the Two-Face. This shit lasted like a whole 10 minutes, man. I fucking got home, got off of work, got home, and I was like, oh, let me check out what's going on X. I see Preternian with the links. I'm like, oh shit. I checked my time. It must have been 12 minutes after 10. I was like, what the fuck? I was like, holy fuck, man. I go to fucking Amazon, sold out. Everything is sold out. I was like, fuck. Like, god damn it, bro. I was like, for all the Todd haters, there's like 3 Todd collectors, It's like fucking shit, man. So yeah, it's like I said, it might be an easy, fun line to collect if you could collect them, if you could find them, man, because his stuff is going fast. And not only, like I said, not only the DC multiverse stuff, but look at this, man. This is something people would say, this is a pass. Why you even bring it up on your show, man? This is fucking stupid, bro. Look, man, there's a market for everything, man. And yeah, when you're making kind of cool stuff for the specific fans of that, I think it's always going to get received well, man, because yeah, I got to get my hand on these 3 figures right here. This Dr. Fate, this Two-Face, and this Superman. Definitely want them to be some of the last McFarlane figures that I buy, because I think they're must-haves. They look that fucking good. Should have missing a lot of the chat. Hustle SM, the mummy, the snail shell mummy. Yeah, that thing is hitting, right? Should be shipping soon. I haven't seen any reviews on that, but I didn't hear that was shipping. Different type of hole in the back for that figure. She-Hulk glitch. Nah, I kind of just switched it. I just switched it just to show little contrast and release. NYC says Snail Shell quickly has become one of my main lines. Need more space for jars. Yeah, exactly, man. Exactly. BBTS takes a lot of risks. They get indie toys, third party, and crowdfunder toys. Exactly. And I feel like it's to their detriment, dude, because it's like I said, you get that initial buzz when the campaign is going, oh yeah, everybody back this. Come on, guys. These guys are cool, man. Back them. And then they land. Nobody gives a fuck about them. Nobody gives a fuck about them, bro. So as an online retailer, as a buyer, I wouldn't be ordering that product. I say, hey, man, we'll take a few. you guys sell your shit on your own site. Sorry. If it's not proven, we don't want it. Like, sorry, man. It looks like they're bailing out a lot of these Kickstarters a lot of the times where you just see the funding all of a sudden like exponentially grow. And it's like, what the fuck happened there? Oh, BBTS put their order in. It's like, what the fuck? Why? Why, dude? If the people that are interested are backing as well, it's like, why the fuck would you order it? Because you think people don't want to put their money down? No, it's because they don't want that crap. It's just, I mean, that's me at least a lot of the times. It's not that I don't want to fucking every indie toy company to fund, but I honestly don't want a lot of the stuff. It's like, why the fuck would BBTS think that people want it? Makes no fucking sense. Raceland says, yeah, I'm picking up less collectibles and more toys so I can pose without worrying about it. My Mythics Wolverine was wobbly. Yeah, that's what I'm saying, man. Yeah, that's what the fuck I'm saying. It's a trip how Toddy's DC line sells out. Yeah, it's like I said, I think it has to do with like just the production run that he's running now, probably lower numbers, and just the actual stuff. Look how cool this shit looks, man. Like I said, everybody's been waiting for a Two-Face in this DC multiverse line, man. So to get that Silver Age look, and even the chase looks good. It still has like an animated series look to him where, yeah, you can't pass on that. And then that Superman, that fucking body and that paint that he has on that, classic look. I've been seeing head swaps getting popped on that thing. I'm down to get like 2 or 3 of those Supermans, honestly, because a lot of the heads that he has look great on that body. And then the Dr. Fate, I got to get that Dr. Fate. I need that shit for my Justice League. So yeah, I'm definitely going to be on the lookout for these when they land. But I don't know, man. I might be shit out of luck because, like I said, I think I was talking about it last week. Go look for that Page Puncher Shazam, not the chase. Go look for that shit. Good luck. Good luck finding the Supergirl when she comes out. You ain't gonna find that shit, bro. You're not gonna find a lot of these, man. So if you have any of the slightest inclination to want to get any of this Todd stuff these next couple of years, get it now. Get it now, guys, because you guys are gonna be catching the eBay links, feeling like a fucking dumbass, like your fucking name is Hasbromar V, and yeah, you ain't gonna like that shit, man. Did you touch on the Mondo Masters of the Universe 2000X having soft rubber torsos? No, I didn't actually know about that until I was watching them on 3POA yesterday. But yeah, that's gonna be fucking awesome, man. Maximum articulation, baby. Catching the replay on this, it better be real, y'all. Really real. Yo, be real, man. Thank you for stopping by. Wade's Odious is a trip how it funded. Wade is tight, but Homeboy still hasn't given his character a backstory. No comic. His character was overhyped. I mean, I don't know. I mean, do any of those fucking characters have backstories? Like, can you tell me the backstory to like any Kickstarter that's funded? That's what I say. A lot of the times, nobody gives a fuck, dude. People just want to get toys, and I think for that figure in particular, it's like that's a character a lot of people have seen on live stream. So that's the lore there. A lot of people thought that was Wade. It's like, oh, this is like his mascot. That's the fun there. It doesn't need lore. I don't need lore to say, oh, this is a fun toy. It's just a fucking toy at the end of the day. But when you get so many indie toys, sometimes if it doesn't have any nostalgia attached to it or any kind of, like you're saying, lore IP attached to it, then it's just, I don't know, it's less fun or it's less reason to want to buy it, you know? That's why motherfuckers could go buy a TMNT figure 10 times because it is attached to that IP. But when you don't have that shit, it better have more than just a fucking good ab crunch, you know? I think for that Odious one, though, in particular, is because of that, because people are fans of Unparalleled Universe, you know? I don't necessarily think it's because it needed lore or it didn't have it. It's just people just, they knew it's Wade shit, you know? I fucking hate soft rubber torsos. You're wilding. I didn't say shit, motherfucker. I said maximum articulation. We gotta wait and see, man. But yeah, I don't know. So far, the soft rubber torso figures that I've had no issue with, man. I've only had a couple of Storm Collectibles ones though, and like I said, this one's not so good. This piece of shit Mayfex, everybody's always dick riding. This shit has got like a soft fucking rubber diaper on like the waist. I don't like it, dude. I don't like it. Like I said, it already kind of indented and stuff just by posing it. So I don't know. We got to see. Right now, when we talk about hold your horses, buddy. Hold your horses. We're gonna get to the Maximum Hulk, buddy. Don't worry. Don't worry. I'll get my thoughts on that. Don't worry, buddy. Jump back to the good stuff, the Todd stuff. Because along with those pre-orders, man, my man's got leaks floating around. So not only McFarlane leaks, we got Funko Pops to his upcoming Superman movie. And man, it looks like Soups is going to come with Crypto. So that's pretty awesome. Definitely copping that. And then maybe the Mayfex that comes out 5 years from now. That'll probably be a cool get too. So yeah, be on the lookout for this as more information comes out. Obviously, these toys look like they're ready to roll, man. It looks like they're shipping to Target and Walmart as we speak. So it probably won't be too long now before we see these revealed by Todd. At least his stuff, and then obviously this other stuff landing at your local Targets and shit, man. And I'm excited for that fucking movie, man. I'm hearing pretty good things, honestly. Like I'm hearing good things about it. I've heard like one or two people talking shit about it, but I don't know. I think they were just kind of mostly bashing like the aesthetic, certain aesthetics that they didn't like as far as the costume goes, but we'll see. But yo, the showstopper, guys, the reason that we're making the show today, Hasbro Pulse fan stream, Marvel Legends reveal this week, April Fools. They said it was gonna be dope shit. I guess it was an April Fool's joke, man, because we're kicking it off with fucking Daredevil. And I gotta say, guys, MCU is fucking dead. This was like their last hope, and this series has took a turn for the fucking worst. It's dog crap. It's nothing compared to that Netflix series. It's oh my fucking god. What episode was it? What episode was it? Episode 4? Where the guy stole the fiddle faddle and shit. I was like, what the fuck am I watching? What am I watching here? I'm watching Kingpin sit and fucking couples therapy and shit, getting cucked out by his wife. This is dog crap. And Disney isn't doing any service to Hasbro or Hot Toys for that matter. They should let these guys get the designs of these characters way ahead of the fucking show's fucking premiere, so they can pump these god awful toys out, because once these series land, nobody wants this crap. Nobody wants this shit, man. And it looks like they're putting in some pretty decent articulation into this, man. It's got some nice little torso movement here that Dwight was kind of showcasing. Nobody's gonna buy this crap. This is gonna be Ollie's exclusive, Rosscon exclusive. And like I said, it's not no fault of Hasbro, but fucking Disney, man. You guys, they're in trouble, man. They're in trouble. They're in trouble with their Marvel shit. They're in trouble, obviously, with their Star Wars shit. I was watching a couple streams of people covering CinemaCon that happened in Las Vegas last week. Every studio now has all kinds of projects coming out. Even Disney talked about Thunderbolts, talked about Lilo and Stitch, all this other crazy stuff. Fucking Universal was showing How to Train Your Dragon live action. People were loving it. They didn't mention any Star Wars. No Star Wars project. Nothing. No poster with a date. Nothing. You know why? Because it's dead. That's fucking why. And this shit's following it, man. And like I said, it's no fault to Hasbro, but man, Disney better be doing right by these guys, man. Giving these guys these designs to these costumes way ahead of time. Telling them this is how it's gonna look. Hurry the fuck up and make these action figures so you can sell as many as you can. Because once people watch the show, it's like I said, nobody wants the crap. I know I don't want it. Before this show premiered, they showed off this render, and I was like, hey man, I always wanted that old Netflix Marvel Legend. I never got it. It was like fucking crazy in the aftermarket. And I was like, yeah, maybe this will suffice, for a cool little MCU shelf. No fucking way. I don't want that crap. MCU is Endgame was really the end game. That was it. Like now that I look back, that was it. That was the last hoorah. And even Endgame was kind of fucking stupid when you really look at it. So yeah, it kicked it off right here. And as soon as they started showing this, I was like, oh shit, where's this going? Where is this going? Is this really going to be an April Fool's joke? I thought we were going to see some cool shit, man. And then we get into the next reveal, and then, yep, this is that full Grand Theft Auto meme. Oh, shit, here we go again. Here we fucking go again, man. This is when I knew it was going to be a long stream. I was like, oh, fuck. this ain't gonna be good. Because from Daredevil, we jump into Yelena, and fuck me, man. It's like this isn't even. She's not even an ugly looking chick, bro. She's kind of cute, you know, in real life. In the fucking movie, she looks fucking ugly as fuck, dude. It's like, why the fuck do they make their actresses look so fucking ugly on film? Where it ain't doing her any service. The fucking action figure looks better than the actual fucking character in the movie, you know? And this figure looks like shit. Like, this thing looks like deep shit, man. Where it's like, is this a male's body with a female's head, or what the fuck am I looking at here, dude? This is terrible, man. You know, aside from the figure, you know, being so shit, it's like I said, there's a lot of faults Disney, man. Design wise, it's like you ain't giving Hasbro much to work with here, dude. That's like, this fucking costume is terrible, man. We're saying, man, we got Black Widow fucking 10, 12 years ago, and now you guys are giving us this slop. It's like, oh, fuck. And like I said, this is how I knew it was going to be a long stream, because from right here, we jump into our fucking old man, Red Guardian, 2-pack. Oh, fuck. This is landfill fodder. This isn't even Ollie's fodder. This isn't Ross Khan fodder. This is straight to the fucking landfill. It's like, I'd hate to be the motherfuckers at Hasbro. They have to design this crap. It's like, fuck, man. You know, because that trailer, that movie looks like complete dog crap. Like, it looks like complete dog crap where, you know, these figures are going to suffer for it. You know, this Thunderbolts movie, it's like, man. So you get this first 2-pack straight to the landfill. Second 2-pack, it's not going to fare any different, man. We got John Walker, U.S. agent. Now with the more accurate paint job compared to that fucking last release where it was all fucked up, it's still a pass for me, though. It's like I said, man, even if the movie's good, I think it's just they've done so much ill will to their franchise that I don't know, man. I think people are automatically turned off by it now. You know, I gave Daredevil a chance just because I love that Netflix series. I thought that was like some of the best Marvel shit we've ever seen. Especially that and the Punisher season 1. I was like, man, this is awesome. So to see them getting kind of the love and getting taken into the MCU, I was like, all right, you know, maybe give it a chance. Nope, complete dog water. And then yeah, these are going to be pretty much the same, because from US Agent we get a little bit of a spoiler. We get Bob Sentry. So fucking Sentry costume looks like complete slop too. It's like, god damn, guys. That was the one thing that I always gave props to the MCU for, is they were able to make these like superhero costumes look pretty cool in live action. Where when we used to get those Fox movies, it was like tight black leather fucking X-Men. It was like, that's not the costume, you know? Where, you know, props to the Deadpool movie, you finally got to see Wolverine in like a more cool live action comic inspired costume. Fucking looks great. They don't all look great, dude. The Daredevil and then this fucking Sentry costume just look like complete shit. It's like, oh fuck. It's like they kind of want to lean into the superhero aspect of it, and then they kind of don't. It's just terrible, man. And seeing this figure in particular, it killed the least amount of excitement that I had left to watch this movie. I was like, nah, I don't want to watch this. This guy, this ain't it, guy. Like, this is not it, man. It's like, just because your costume's yellow and you have a fucking blue cape, it doesn't mean you're fucking look like Sentry to me. This looks like a cosplayer, dude. You know what I'm saying? Like a cosplayer with a horrible costume. It just looks bad. I don't know the name of the actor, but fuck, dude, they could have done a hell of a lot better casting Sentry than this fucking guy. That's for damn sure, you know? So, I mean, this motherfucker, I don't know if you guys ever seen The Lovely Bones. He looks like that fucking pedophile that killed a girl. Like, this dude does not look good, man. This guy looks like shit. So easily passing on these two packs. And like I said, man, this is where the stream kicked off. You got this Daredevil articulation, then you got these two packs. I was like, all right, where is this going? Where is this going? Because yeah, you could skip over where to pre-order these. I don't think they're gonna get any pre-orders, man. And I would hate, like I said, to be an online retailer and it's just like, okay, next wave of Marvel Legends, what's it gonna be? And then they show you this crap. Like, how many do you guys want to order? Can we pass? I don't think you can pass, honestly. I think as an online retailer, when you have these like fucking accounts, I don't think you can pass. I think you still have to put in a minimum order quantity, man. So it sucks, man. I definitely don't see these things selling at all. And it's just more waste, you know. At the end of the day, it's like when people would say, "Oh, if it's not for you, just say it's a pass and then move on." It's like, yeah, it's a pass, but this is unnecessary waste. And when you see unnecessary waste, what does that mean? It means it's jacking up the cost of the other stuff, the stuff that people do want. So it's like, stop making this crap. But they can't. They can't. They're forced to make it. They have the licensing deal with Disney. Disney's telling them you got to make this crap. And then fucking Hasbro is telling their online retailers, you got to order this crap because we made it. It's a lose, 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 you know? So it sucks, man. Like, honestly, and that's one of the reasons why I always feel like criticism is warranted online. Whenever you see people bashing fucking Disney or all that stuff, it's like, man, they should fucking bash them, dude. They should feel a little bit of the fucking the resentment from the fans because this shit ain't it, guys, you know. And then maybe, I don't know, maybe benefit of the doubt, you know. There's always benefit of the doubt. I can eat my words. Maybe this is the best fucking MCU movie out there, but just by the looks of it, I don't fucking think so. You know, and then we move on. Little nostalgia, a little nostalgia for you. So obviously they had to, you know, clean up the palette, cleanse the palette a little. So we got that MCU slop. You know, they kind of wanted to reel us back in with some of the stuff we remember. Probably the least favorite Spider-Man movie when it came to this trilogy was Spider-Man 3. But the one cool thing out of that movie was fucking Bully Maguire, baby. And as cool as this reveal was, when I started to look at the figure, I was like, man, you know what? That head sculpt, it looks good, but the expression on his face, I don't know, man. I think I would have wanted more of a little smirk on him, you know, just a little smirk. Because this motherfucker was just such a smug prick during these scenes. He was just such a little piece of shit. And it was fucking awesome. The memes were great. They're still great to this day. Where I think more so than the fucking symbiote costume, I think I would have wanted him when he got his fucking black little dress shirt and black tux look. I would have wanted that Marvel Legend, you know. Give me the real Bully Maguire with all the head sculpts. Like, if you're gonna make it, fucking make that shit. Don't give me this fucking slop. I was like, no way. I was like, you know what? It might be cool, but I don't know. I know CT Toys put out a fucking like a bootleg Figuarts not too long ago. I don't know if it was CT Toys, but I remember there was like a bootleg Figuarts of this costume. But man, something about this head sculpt just ain't it. It's just he looks like a fucking like too much of a bully here, where it's like, nah, he was a fucking asshole, dude. And I feel like they missed that mark, you know. The one thing I can say about it though is now that I got this Mayfex Toby figure, it's like, man, maybe you see SH Figuarts do a repaint on theirs. Maybe they kind of give us like all the expressions, all the head sculpts and stuff. That would be kind of cool. I don't know if Mayfex will do it. Honestly, it'll probably take them fucking years to get around to doing that. But yeah, I don't know. As like I said, as meme as this would have been to get, at that price point that they put this thing up at, it's gonna be a pass for me, man. $30 on Amazon, 35 on BBTS, 37 on Entertainment Earth. It's like, holy shit, man. We're diving into dangerous waters here now. Like, this is getting a little bit crazy, man, where that maximum fucking price tag on that fucking Spider-Man, fuck, that might be the norm now. That might not be the maximum price tag. That might be the norm, because pushing it close to $40 for this, fuck no, dude. That's just irresponsible, man. So for me, it's a pass. Only because of that head sculpt, man. Like I said, there's something about that expression that I'm like, they missed it, dude. They had a great opportunity, man, to do like that smug little asshole Parker, but I felt like they missed it. That fucking symbiote accessory though that goes around his fucking neck is cool though. I do like that, and I think I would use that even for my like other Venom figures and shit. Especially if you have like a cool Eddie Brock custom head you could kind of pop off. Like, that'll look awesome. But this is a pass for me, man. And this was one that we're really excited to show off, you know. rightfully so. I mean, like I said, it's got the meme factor going for it and stuff. And then obviously the symbiote costume on Spider-Man is always going to be fucking cool as fuck. But yeah, at that price, fuck no. If it would have been a cool 20, 25 bucks, yeah, I would not have thought twice about it. I would have got it. They even had to tweak up the torso a bit, they said, because of the fucking the spider on his chest. The emblem is a fucking bigger and stuff, so I have to kind of resculpt that. Like, that's all fine and dandy, but I don't know, man. Easy pass for me. And like I said, this was probably where I started to think, like, okay, this isn't gonna be like a standard Marvel Legends wave. What the fuck are we gonna see here? You know, because we go from these like 2 MCU 2-packs to this fucking nostalgia bait single carded mainline Spider-Man 3 figure. It's like, fuck, man, they got to go that far back to make some cool shit. Live action, holy fuck, man, we're in for a long day here. So yeah, up on online retailers. I'm sure you guys pre-ordered if you're interested, but for me, this was a pass. And then, like I said, this is where I was really thinking, like, this got to be April Fool's joke. This got to be April Fool's joke, man. They got to be kidding, right? They can't be serious, man, right? It's like, fuck, man. Early in the morning, I'm like eating my bowl of cereal, fucking drinking my coffee and shit, watching this crap, and I'm like, is this 2025 or is this 2017? What the fuck's going on here? Because next up we got the Velocity Suit Spider-Man Gamerverse edition going to Walmart, and fuck, dude, it's like, man, Walmart must have been asleep behind the wheel when they saw this shit. Like, did they pull a fast one on Walmart? How the fuck did they slide this figure to them as an exclusive? This is complete shit. Like, I was like, holy fuck, man, we're in for a long one today, guys. But for real, though, this is where I really did think they were going to be like, all right, April Fools, guys, we're just joking. We're not going to put this up for pre-order. But they were dead serious about this shit, where I was like, God damn, man. Is this like the worst subline ever for Marvel Legends, the Gamerverse? I mean, they did show off a couple of teases towards the end of this live stream, but everything they do Gamerverse, I always feel like it's just like clearance fodder, man. Nobody wants this stuff. Like, it's just, you know, maybe if they do like the Marvel Rivals stuff, I know people are getting the kick out of that game. Even that, I think you would get a lot of pause from people pre-ordering that stuff, because they're just unnecessary looks that I know I've heard people say, oh, it fills out a good spider shelf. Dude, this thing looks like fucking crap, guys. Come on. Like, seriously, you can't fucking think of better things to buy with $30 than this. Like, Jesus Christ, man. Even as a new collector, I don't see anybody going for this. This is just very unnecessary. But hey, man, if they got it past Walmart, you know, good on them. But yeah, this is easily a pass, and one that I thought was definitely an April Fool's joke, I gotta say. So be on the lookout for this pre-order later this year for anyone that wants to know. For the 2 people out there that want to know, be on the lookout. And then from Walmart, we move into this Target exclusive Weapon X Wolverine with the fully updated body they try to pass off as. It's not fully updated. It's just got pinless arms, pinless legs now, where I always liked this Marvel Legend. I always thought it was like one of the cooler Wolverines, but man, something that would have been really fucking cool is if they would have like included some kind of like fucking tank to put him in. And I've seen people like make like these like customs where they have like it's like a fucking tank and they kind of fill it, not really like water, but they're able to kind of put like a seal around the cylinder, and it looks like there's like bubbles in there. Something cool, dude. Something cool where it's like, man, like that just as a display where he's like in that shit, that would have been awesome. Where yeah, you could get creative and make that shit yourself, but man, you guys are the toy makers, you make the shit, you know, and I'll buy it. How about that? Because it's like, I like this Marvel Legend, but I have the old one, pinless arms and legs. I don't think it's enough for me to want to get it. And they're really kind of talking about like the hair on the chest and stuff. It's like, all right, you know, it's a bunch of fucking freckles on them and shit. All right. And then this extra head sculpt too, where they gave this motherfucker the smirk, but they didn't give Bully Maguire the smirk. That's the one thing that threw me off. It's like, bro, when this motherfucker's the Weapon X, he's like feral as fuck, dude. It's like, you need a grimacing head sculpt with this, man. You know, You know, especially you got like that extra hair. It's like, dude, I felt like they missed the mark right there with this one, you know. Where man, they probably would have got me to order it. Like honestly, I'll be quite honest, man. But if they would have done a little bit more, a little bit extra, I think it would have been like an easy must cop, especially like I said, with like that tank that he could have been sitting in. That would have been fucking sweet, you know. Maybe throw even some like fucking, I don't know, some kind of battle damage on the skin or some shit. I mean, he does fucking heal. He has healing factor, but something else, you know. And it's just not enough for me to want to get this figure again. But it is going up for Target as an exclusive, along with this Mystique on this beautiful card back. David Nakayama artwork looks nice. Not really an update too much. You got double jointed elbows now, pinless arms and legs. Okay, I guess so. I guess that's good enough, you know. I actually need a fucking Mystique because I don't know what fuck happened to that first one that I got. And then when they put out that VHS edition, I did not like the cell shading on it. And then the one thing that I always remember about the VHS that was getting pointed out was that fucking render on the back of the box. It had like double jointed elbows, and people were like, what the fuck? You guys are advertising double jointed elbows and the figure doesn't come with it. It was like a whole fucking controversial fucking topic. I feel like 2022 was like a dark year for Marvel Legends. It was like everything they were putting out, it was just something wrong with it. Very lazy releases that they were putting out. And I remember this was one of them. That whole VHS line was just it was not it. It was not it, man. I think the Cyclops was pretty cool, pretty decent. But everything else was just not it. That cell shading that they tried to do was just a fucking miss. It was like, you guys are, I think they saw that Mondo Wolverine, that SDCC exclusive, and they tried to bite him. But yeah, this was one that I always remember luckily passing up on the VHS, where right here they got me. They actually got me for this, man. So hopefully I can find this at Target or lock up the pre-order, because I'm definitely gonna be interested in the man. I definitely need her. And then it's got this extra Jean head sculpt and stuff, so that's kind of cool, you know, not bad. And then I feel like Target got the better end of the deal, man. It's like Walmart gets that Velocity Suit April Fool's joke Spider-Man, and these guys get the cooler shit, you know. So yeah, definitely be on the lookout for these at Target when they go up. Because from Target, moving to the Amazon exclusive, we got Madam Mask and Crossbones 2-pack. And I gotta say, man, for my money, this is a pretty cool 2-pack. You know, I don't really know the price of it, but I'm hoping it's going to be in that $44 price point. You know, obviously with the tariffs and everything, it might be 60. Who knows? But if it's in that $40-50 price point, I'm gonna lock this up. That Crossbones, a lot of people weren't digging it because it's more of a modern look. I think this shit looks badass, bro. Like, that looks fucking sick. It's got like all the tactical gear and stuff. The head sculpt is nice. And then the accessories that the Madam Mask comes with, like, that's just pretty fucking dope too. That briefcase full of cash, like, that's sick. You get the reuse on that fucking that explosion and shit from that Punisher 2-pack, so that's not bad. But yeah, I'm all over this one, man. I thought this 2-pack was pretty nice. It's just like I said, it's just factoring in what the cost is going to be. It's obviously going to determine whether I'm going for it or not, but overall, I think this looks cool. Definitely cool for like a good Avengers villain shelf and stuff. And then yeah, that Crossbones, to me, man, that shit looks like you could kit bash that figure with a bunch of stuff all day. Put like fucking Action Force. I heard people put the Action Force Atlas head on there or something. Yeah, that's gonna look awesome. So be on the lookout for this 2-pack. I know I am. Yeah, so this was gonna go up for Amazon. And that goes up for pre-order at the end of the month, man. So yeah, they kind of spread out these pre-orders just a bit. Where some of the stuff I feel like they can just skip and just straight to clearance is those early MCU 2-packs and that fucking god-awful Velocity Suit Spider-Man. Like, nobody wants to know when those go up for pre-order. Nobody's gonna pre-order, man. Don't worry about it. So yeah, this was pretty cool. And then move into a little bit more of a mainline release. And yeah, this is where I kind of accepted that this was not going to be standard Marvel Legends wave. Got to see this card back, Fantastic Four card back again, this time with She-Hulk, obviously when she was part of the team. I gotta say, man, this Marvel Legends not bad looking, man. The one thing that's kind of throwing me off though is that the green is slightly different, man. Where I kind of would have wanted to see this head sculpt on that previous She-Hulk. But because it's more of a like a lime green, I think that first one was a little bit darker, and I don't think it's gonna match. I mean, maybe you could still pull it off. It's just the head sculpt, but pretty cool figure for a Fantastic Four show. I know they kind of teased out an MCU wave. We're gonna take a look at the teaser right now, but yeah, I don't know if they're gonna redo some of the comic figures, but yeah, this might be a easy cop for me, you know. Maybe just kind of keep it on card until I could get like more updated Fantastic Four figures. But yeah, this isn't a bad one. Where yeah, so far out of the entire reveals, I felt like this and that Bully Maguire were like the two hotter reveals, and you can nitpick both of them, you know, especially that Bully Maguire when you saw the price tag on that shit. I don't think the price tag on this has been revealed yet, but I can imagine this going for $30 also. Just I don't know, man. It's just the times we're in, guys. You know, it's just the times we're in. Obviously got the dumbbell accessory, so that's pretty cool. And yeah, man, that extra head sculpt, they're like hair tied up, like that shit's awesome. It's gonna allow for her to move her fucking head up. It's like that first wild fucking hair down. I love the head sculpt, but man, you could not move that head to look up for shit. You could barely move it to the sides and stuff. So that was kind of annoying and stuff. I always wonder if they'll ever get creative and like put like a hinge on the hair somehow, so you can kind of like flap the hair up, want to look up and stuff. But I know I've seen like obviously like Bandai import companies do that stuff. I don't know, man. Like, do these motherfuckers ever not think of this stuff, or they just not want to do it? You know, because we're looking at like innovations when it comes to their maximum releases and stuff. Innovations. I feel like some of this stuff, if they engineer it, you know, well enough, I think it'll hide those like ugly articulation points or whatever, and you know, it'll allow for a better figure to be posed around and stuff. So I always wonder if that's ever on the table for them, or if it's just a full on no. If it's because of factoring costs or whatever, or just aesthetic. I don't know. I always want to ask them guys, but I never got. I don't show hard enough to have an interview with them. Just kidding, man. We got more people sliding in. Brick something in the house is what's good. Yo, Brick, what up, man? Be weird. I thought you'd catch the replay, bro. He's like, I'm gonna catch the replay. Motherfucker's still watching. That shit looks like emo Spider-Man. Yeah, it is emo Spider-Man, but I don't know. I just think he wasn't emo enough, bro. At least the Costco glizzy and drink combo still 150. Hey, hustle. Truer words have never been spoken, man. That's right. They're never gonna raise that price. That's awesome of them. I'll admit it. I did pre-order the Ghost Spider-Man. He looks cool to me. Ah, fuck Ghost Tav. Is it because your name is Ghost Tav? Essentially, costume in Thunderbolts makes Superman collar costume look like the Dark Knight costume. I mean, he makes that Superman costume look good, honestly. Now that you look at the MCU shit, the MCU slop going forward, it's like, no way, man. You can't use a duplicate of any fig and call it Mystique, homie. You can't just use a duplicate of any fig and call it Mystique, homie. Yeah. I mean, yeah, you could just put whatever head sculpts on her, I guess. But yeah, that was kind of a weird accessory to just add that in. But they did kind of bring up that now that they have like their printing tech, they are able to kind of put these like older head sculpts back out somehow, and they look better. And they do. Like, to me, they look way better now with their new tech. It's even gotten me to go in for a few MCU figures. Like, I did go in for that Wolverine and that Deadpool. I thought that Wolverine Hugh Jackman head sculpt looked fucking great. Better than anything Bandai has done by far. Better than anything Mayfex has done easily. So like they're killing it when it comes to their new printing tech, man. I'm really digging like the head sculpts that they put on, even for the figures that I'm not really necessarily that hyped over. I mean, look at the She-Hulk, bro. Like that head sculpt, that paint job that they got on these things is looking awesome, man. So yeah, that's definitely plus for Marvel Legends right there when it comes to the head sculpts. Mystique could have been great. Yeah, I feel like, you know, that's going to be the last Mystique we see for a long time. That's kind of why it's kind of leaning me on getting it, because it's like, man, I need one in my collection. I got to get this one. But yeah, it could have definitely been better. I'll get her, but the Phoenix body would have been great. Yeah, obviously more articulation. I think, man, maybe like a soft goods one day, like her fucking dress, like her gown or whatever, like Man, that's just got to be soft goods, bro. They got to figure out a way to make that happen. Ghost says more should have come with the Jean Grey head to full Wolverine. Oh man, that would have been savage as fuck. And then yeah, jumping back to this, goes up for pre-order on the 24th, so just a few weeks away. Yeah, like I said, man, be on the lookout for that price tag. Probably not going to be standard price points anymore, man. Probably not going to see those $25 price tags too much more. And maybe we start seeing more 2-packs, you know, and that they're able to kind of dress up the cost that way. It's like it's $52 or $50, where normally they were like 44, but kind of looks like it's 25 each. Yeah, that's about right. But yeah, these single carded stuff, I don't think we're gonna see anything lower than like $30 a lot of the times. Especially when you gauge interest and stuff. You're doing all these live streams, you see all these people going crazy for this particular one. I don't know if the price is locked in already, but I think maybe they kind of gauge that a little bit. And then yeah, like I was saying, the green on these two look kind of different, you know, where it's like, why? Why the fuck did you make them different for, man? That's actually what annoyed me recently with that Secret Wars Captain America. I wanted to use the head sculpts from the 20-year one. I was like, the fucking blue is different. And I'm like, why do you guys do that? It's like, why? I mean, maybe with like the factory is not able to get the right paint, but it's like, come on, at least make it close. It wasn't even close. I was like, you fucking assholes. That annoys me because it's like, man, I want to retire figures. I don't want to have fucking multiple caps on my goddamn shelf, you know? And it's, I don't know. It's minor nitpick. Maybe I'm the one nitpicking about that. But then we move into the showstopper of the fucking live stream. Maximum Hulk, guys. Eat your fucking heart out, you Hasbro haters. We got this Maximum Hulk, and yeah, he can fucking thunderclap. So all you Hasbro haters, eat it. Oh man, is this it? Is this it, guys? Is this the Hulk to stop them all, man? Is this the last Hulk you ever need to buy? Ah, fuck, man. I was like, you know what? When I first saw it, I was like, hey, that is kind of cool. You know, they're kind of innovating a little bit. You know, you kind of see the torso get all squishy right here on this left picture. Where I thought, it's like, god damn it, guys, are the butterfly joints that much like of an annoyance to you? Where I can kind of understand it, yeah. When you look at like his broad chest, it's like you don't really want to cut up that sculpt, you know. You're gonna have like these fucking huge like butterfly joints right there on the chest. It's definitely gonna cut up that pectoral muscle area a lot, and it's not gonna look good. Where I just thought maybe they could do something else. You know, I've always kind of tripped out on like the stuff that Savage Crucible is doing. It's like the butterfly joints that they have on the back, on the back, it kind of like pops out a little bit, and it allows for more range going forward with their arms. Where I felt like maybe they could do something like that, like some kind of like hinge that kind of maybe can pop out. Because I know the previous Marvel Legends Hulks that they have like the butterfly joints in the back, and I thought maybe they can kind of come up with a way to unhinge that a little bit and have them go forward just a bit more, just to allow this. Not even a clap. It's kind of like fucking like this much. It's like that's as good as it's gonna get. That's as good as it's gonna get, guys. Where I gotta give them points, guys. I gotta give them points for the soft rubber torso. It's like this is one thing that they've been getting asked for endlessly. When the fuck is this thing gonna be able to do the thunderclap? Why can't this shit do the thunderclap? You goddamn pieces of shit don't know how to do anything. Give us the thunderclap. And it's just like they do it, and then it's just like it's not, I don't know, it's just not perfect. But when you really look at it, it's just like, how else can they do this? How else would you be able to do that? You would put the fucking butterfly joints on the front? That's gonna look hideous. That's gonna look hideous, guys. Like, I'm sorry, man. I can visualize how it would look, and it would just not look good. It would not look good when you have a pose like this. You have a pose like this, and you have these big, huge butterfly joints right on his fucking chest. It's not gonna look good, guys. So that's what I thought. I always thought it was like a way where you can kind of unhinge the back a little bit, but then, and when I thought of that, I was like, man, that shit might look ugly as fuck from the back. It might look like a fucking transformer, like Optimus transforming. It's not gonna look good, you know? I was like, fuck. So seeing this, I was like, you know what? Good on them. Good on them for doing it. As I was watching this, I was kind of like, I went from, oh, fuck, here we go again, to, hey, wait a minute. These guys cooked here, man. I was like, you know what? This is kind of cool. I was like, hey, I'm kind of digging this, man. You know, I hope it's not $80. I might have to get this. But then you start to look at it. The one thing that really kind of got me to want to like not really going for it is the rest of the articulation. You see the toe joint articulation where it's just like, really, guys? Really? Like, okay, all right. I'd rather have that on every Spider-Man figure going forward. Not necessarily a Hulk, but okay, I'll take it. That fucking waist swivel, man. It's just like you can see it here. You can see that flat waist right there. It's just like not it, man. Where it's like, God damn it, guys. Even Todd McFarlane has put a ball joint at the waist on a lot of his figures. It's like, really, guys? Is that something that's just off the books for you guys for an Incredible Hulk? It's like, damn, man. I was like, come on, man. Because once you look at that, then you look at the rest of the legs, the fucking huge pins on the legs. Where it's like, all right, they didn't want to retool that. All right, that's fine. And then you start to really kind of look at the rest of it. The head sculpts would have been what maybe would have saved this figure more than anything. And even those aren't the greatest. I think for my money, I really like this one. And I say really like it. I like it more than the rest of them. I just, you know, my Hulk's got to be raging out, bro. He's got to be raging the fuck out. Like, I need him raging out. The one that I really thought should not have been in this release is this one. What the fuck is this? This motherfucker looks like he's going to prom. I was like, holy shit, bro. What the fuck is this? I was like, come on, man. Where the face looks cool. Like, I like the whited out eyes. But, man, my dude looking spick and spam. I was like, come on, man. Come on. No. I was like, all right. Well, what's the other head sculpt? You know, I was like, fucking hell. I was like, all right, I got to not use this one ever. You know? And then we get to the last one. This huge fucking gritting teeth, grimacing fucking head sculpt, where I just feel like they went a little bit too much teeth, bro. Just a bit too much. Where it's like, motherfucker, like he looks like his fucking gums are like way the fuck in his nose. Like, what are we doing, bro? What the fuck are we doing, man? Where, you know, you get the different angles, you get the different looks. It's like, all right, you can kind of, you know, fandangle a cool looking shot. I was like, I felt like this shot right here, it just looked like a little bit too much, man. Where I was like, all right, I guess that's it. I was like, fucking shit, I guess that's it. You know, that's the maximum Hulk. So you really only get like a fucking new torso. And to me, that's just not enough, man. You know, it's just not enough. You get these ugly fucking single joint arms. And like I said, you get that nasty scoop on the elbow. Like when you bend the elbow, it has like this disgusting scoop sticking out. It ain't it, man. It's just not it. Where it's like, if you guys wanted to retool up a Hulk, I think you could have used that body forever going forward. You know, red Hulk, gray Hulk. You could have definitely got your reuse out of that. Fucking first appearance, another 2-pack Wolverine Hulk. Who cares? Who cares, guys? Who cares? Who cares? You retooled it up. This is about as half-baked as you can get. This is about as half-baked as you can get. Because it's like, the one thing that I gave them props for isn't even an original idea. You buy any Storm collectible figure, or most of them, they all have this. They all have this. The only thing they really came up with here was nothing. They didn't engineer anything themselves. They fucking just copied everything. Slap some fucking toe hinges on this motherfucker and call it a day. And for me, that's got to be a full-on no. That's where I got to say, you know what, I'm passing. I was like watching this little play out, I was like, yeah. Even Dan Yoon was like, yeah. I was like, fuck yeah. He was flexing there. He was digging that. I was like, nah, this is not enough. This is not enough. Because like I said, where it would have really taken me over the edge and got me to purchase it would have been the head sculpts. I would have overlooked the reuse. I would have overlooked that god-awful waist swivel. I would have looked over those god-awful pins. I would have said, all right, that's fine. All right. You know, you're going to stick it in this. All right, I understand. the head sculpts would have been what saved it. And to me, this one head sculpt is not enough. It ain't a fucking enough. Because then on top of that, it's like I said, they repaint these motherfuckers so goddamn much. I have the 20-year Hulk as my main Hulk on my Avengers show. That's just dark green. It doesn't even fit. It's like, you fucking assholes, man. You pieces of shit. Where I'm even seeing people pointing out, when this figure comes out, you better not ever take this shit out into the sun, because that torso is gonna change colors a lot faster than the fucking rest of the figure. The arms, the feet, the bottom half. It's a sticky situation you're gonna find yourself in if you fucking have this shit in the sun for any short amount of time or any extended period amount of time. And like I said, that for me, like I said, I was surprised that it wasn't $80. They kind of clarified it in the chat, so we didn't have fucking multiple people making endless amount of reels about the goddamn price and how they didn't announce it. They never announced it, guys. They never announced the price of anything. FYI, just in case you guys never noticed. It's not enough. It's not enough, man. At $60, I was pleasantly surprised, but it ain't a fucking enough. You know? And let me get into the chat, because I'm over here going on my fucking maximum rants. Let me get into some of this chat right here. We got Obi-Wan. I wish the Crossbones was taller, like the old original version by Hasbro. I mean, we still got to see it side by side. We're only looking at, a couple images. We still got to see it side by side. But I hear you on that. I do hear you on that. Yeah, we got a little side by side right here. It's not. Yeah, I don't know. I hear you, but I think it's still good enough. I like it. I like the design on it. Brick says, you think they'll see a significant drop in sales with the price increases? I assume so, but we're crack addicts. I think so, and I think we saw that even before the fucking uptick in prices. I see less and less people buying stuff. Sometimes. I'm like, man, when you look on BBTS, you can still find like 2-year-old Marvel Legends waves. It's like, nobody's buying this crap. Nobody's gonna buy this crap. All these new collectors that they would always say, this is for the new collectors, guys. They never came. They never came. So I don't know, man. Now with the uptick in prices, it's like, yeah, I definitely think there's gonna be less and less people buying stuff. And like I was saying earlier, oversaturation of the market when it comes to toys. You're getting endless amounts of indie lines, fucking endless amounts of product from Marvel. Hasbro. I don't know, man. Oversaturation of the market is always a bad thing, Mel saying this would be a perfect time for Diamond Select to re-release their Immortal Hulk and steal Hasbro sales. Oh, that Hulk to me is my favorite Hulk. Even though I have the 20-year anniversary as my Avengers, I have like that fucking Immortal Hulk fighting like my Hulk Buster. That Hulk is fucking awesome, but it's still not the perfect Hulk. It's still not the perfect Hulk, man. And it's like, you think something that's getting called the maximum Hulk is gonna be that, and it fucking ain't. It sucks ass. Pock Photos in the building. He says, yo, made it on time for the clap pause. For reals, man. It's like, all right, this is what they were fucking dying to show people. It was like, yeah, guys, how many are you ordering? Plastic Sniffer, like the SHF. Like the SHF Hulk? Or what is he talking about here? I'm going in on this. Most Hasbro Hulks are 60 and over on eBay and others. Yeah, exactly. And that's the thing, the one thing that I do got to say about this Maximum line is it's fucking key for new collectors. But as I just said, how many really new collectors are really coming into the hobby? Not that many, guys. It's like not that many, man. I don't know, and then it's just that it's like, man, when you do get something out that's like this, if you're a new collector, I think this is awesome. The Maximum Spidey, this is awesome. But as just somebody that's like wants an upgrade, this isn't a good enough upgrade, and like that's why I don't know. It's dangerous for them to kind of put half-baked product out like that, because it's like you need to capitalize on fucking rabid collectors. You need to capitalize on people that already have these fucking characters in their shelves already. Like, how do you get them to buy this again? And I feel like this Prom Hulk, I don't know, man. Pac says, I know what you mean. ZD Toys did that with their Deadpool 3 Wolverine with the butterfly joint going forward. Yeah, exactly. It's like there's other ways, man. And that's why that Savage Crucible line, I was like, man, the stuff that he came up with as far as his articulation, even in his elbows, like he has like a double jointed elbow, but it goes like inside of the bicep a little bit, so you can't see it. But when you turn the elbow, you can get like that extension. And that's why I'm like, double jointed elbows and double jointed knees. I don't give a fuck how ugly the aesthetic looks to the fucking designer of the toy. You need to put that shit in there. And cut the crap. They're fucking action figures. I don't care what ugly articulation you don't like to see on your figures. It's like, look at Brian Flynn. He was bringing that up one time and he was like, oh, the chunk on the arm is you take a huge chunk when you do a double joint. Who cares? Nobody cares, bro. We know there's a cut right there. Who cares? We want the maximum range on it. For the most part, I'll say that for the most part, and because you can apply that to Mythic Legions, you can apply that to a lot of lines. It's like that's the one thing that always like trips me out with designers. It's like they're so fucking stubborn, and it's just like, no, I don't like this, so I'm not putting it on my figure. And it's just like, okay, all right, man. You know, you're gonna get a lot more pushback than you are gonna get people going on your side. You know, I don't have a Hulk, and I'm still waiting. I'm curious to see the new Mesco one. Yes. Great point, man. I was actually talking to my guy Codenames about it. I was like, you know what? When I first saw this Maximum Hulk, I was like, yeah, you know, this is like the best one in the market. But then I remember the Mesco reveal, and I don't know, man. I want to see what they cook up. You know, maybe they are working on some kind of new body, some kind of new thing. But yeah, I think it's definitely fair to say you're gonna wait for Mesco because I mean, if this would have been a guaranteed cop, then no way. I'm not gonna wait for Mesco. I'm just gonna cop this. But since it's like I said, half baked, I'm like, man, they're not giving me any reason to go in for this. Outside of this right here, though, like, yeah, you can't find a cheaper Hulk than $60, you know, Marvel Legends at least. So you know, like I said, for somebody that doesn't have one, this is awesome. But for somebody that has one already, it's like this isn't a good enough upgrade. I don't think, at least, you know. Like Tyler was saying, I'm fine with the best. With the last one. The popping out butterflies on Savage kind of bug me. I'm for the rubbery storm style thing too. The Mondo 2000X 112 He-Man is doing the same thing. Yeah, that's what my man NYC was just saying. It's just there's a lot of things that can go wrong with this torso too, though. And even here, so you can kind of almost see it. The one thing I hate about the Storm is whenever I would move the arm, that torso would like indent sometimes. And like even like the butterfly joint that kind of goes in, it would like get stuck in there. I hated that shit. I hate it. And like I said, man, it's a different material. The paint might not even look seamless together. That would get me nervous. That would get me more nervous about it than anything. But man, it's just I feel like they got to come up with different ways, and like this being their way to do it, it's like, all right, they were willing to try something different. And like I said, I'll give them points for that alone, that they were actually willing to try something different. I just brought up the hinge on the hair. Like, why would they never do that? I remember when they did that Rita for the MMPR, that last line that they did the face plates. Never before had seen that from anything Hasbro. They tried it and it worked. It's like, try stuff out. There's other companies making stuff, doing certain design choices and stuff that you can imitate too. It's like, man, you guys are the bigger company. You can do what the fuck you want. I don't know. I'll give them points for that, but it's yet to be determined how good it's gonna work. because it is them trying something new. It's like, yeah, man, they might not execute it as good as another company that's done it before. Chick from Vegas gave me the Thunderclap back in 2014. My man, I'm fine with the chest, but the reuse is bullshit. Yeah, and that's kind of what I thought when I thought that they were gonna do, you know, because obviously the teaser was out there that they were gonna do the Maximum Hulk. I thought it was gonna be like, all right, ball joint at the waist, and I thought they were gonna do something with like the butterflies in the back. That's what I thought. I honestly didn't even think that there was gonna be pins. You know, my boy Johnny, those pinholes look ugly as fuck. Yeah, exactly. Like I was just talking to this guy about that stuff. It's like, man, 2025. It's like, come on, man. We should move past that. We should not be seeing that stuff on anything, you know. You know what I'm saying? Especially for current lines. It's like, this is going to be current. You're going to be able to reuse this in the future. You should clean that up, you know? And that's why I'm liking stuff that is getting cleaned up. Like, look at the arms on this dude, all pinless. The legs, all right, you fucking assholes. But the arms, at least, you know, kind of half-assing in here too. But they're at least slowly moving in that direction. But something that you're labeling as maximum, no fucking way, dude. It should be all cleaned up. It should be like, it shouldn't even look like a previous Hulk that you own, I think, honestly. Like, nah, maybe not necessarily that, but it should definitely have a lot more than just this little rubbery torso. It should have had something else that they were gonna invest into this body, you know, and it would, and be able to get reuse out of it. Like I said, man, just because it's a maximum, and that's kind of what it annoys me when people point it out. Like, whenever they are gonna reuse that maximum Spidey, I don't want to say, "Hey, this is a maximum. Where are you putting this body?" It's like, shut the fuck up. Let them, like, let them. Come on. It's like, it's the better body. It's like, just let them do it. Like, they invested into this torso. They invested into the body. This is half-assed though. It's like, man, if they would have really gone all out on it, instantly gonna sell out. Everybody's gonna buy it, and then they still have that body to reuse going forward to sell more shit. Right here, there's definite hesitation on this. More so than the Spider-Man. More so than the Spider-Man, I say. I don't think that $50 price tag scared enough people away from that Spidey. You know, I'm still waiting on mine, you know. But I think this one right here definitely saw a lot more hesitation going its way because of that. It's like, wait, so you're just basically just giving me this. That's it. That's it. Everything else is the same with new head sculpts. That's it. I'm not even giving you the toe hinge. Like, that's stupid to me, honestly. I was like, all right. Hope that shit doesn't get loose because this is a heavy ass figure. To be honest, I would have preferred they fix the waist cut and put a ball joint there. Exactly. Yeah, I would have preferred that, but I would have wanted both. I would have wanted them to try this new torso, and I would have wanted the ball joint at the waist. It's necessary, man. You know, butterfly included. Don't encourage this guy. Prom Hulk with a nice fade to his hair. Yeah, exactly. That's what I was like, man, my man going to the prom. I was like, fuck. I was like, come on, man. I was like, nah, this is not my Hulk. I was like, this is not how I imagine Hulk. And that's what I mean. This one is the best head sculpt, and this one isn't even that good, you know? And I think another thing that's honestly making this look even more lackluster is those goddamn custom Hulks online, dude. On Instagram, the 6-inch plus cat, he's making like a run of like custom Hulks with that MOTU Toys body. It's like you're seeing that all over, and you're seeing, all right, these are what these like overseas companies are doing with these huge bodies. Hasbro, come on, man. You cannot cut corners like this, dude. You can't, bro. Like, honestly, it's like, stop making fluff and just fully invest into the cool shit. You know it's gonna be a guaranteed sell. And I think that maybe they thought that this is enough to be a guaranteed sell. I don't know. Like I said, I myself gauged for myself, but then when I watch other conversations going on, I like to gauge what people are thinking and stuff, you know. Hulk has those Whoopi Goldberg gums. What the fuck? I don't know. I don't like that gritted teeth fucking head sculpt at all. Like, I do not like that shit at all, dude. That shit just, I thought, like, I was like, maybe I'm tripping. I was like, but right here, it's just like them shits is too white even. I was like, god damn, bro, you just fucking, you at the dentist or some shit? You know, when the dentist puts like those things in your fucking mouth to just spread your fucking mouth? That's what it looks like to me. It's like, it's just getting ripped apart. This head sculpt looks like a kid putting on their grandparents' dentures. Yeah, exactly. There you go. That's an even better fucking example. It's like, yeah, man. It's like, man, they just overdid this one. But I wish they wouldn't have done like different era Hulks or different version Hulk. Stick to one and then give us different expressions with that Hulk. You know what I mean? It's like, just stick to one, dude. You know, it's like, don't try to give us like this head sculpt with this one and this one. It's like, I don't want that, man. It's like, look at the McFarlane Spider-Man. They just gave us that McFarlane Spider-Man head. Then they give us like a Romita head and all this other crap. You know, McFarlane, this is like the figure that we're making. They should have just picked one design of Hulk, stuck to that, and then give us different expressions with that version of that Hulk. Not this fucking like, what was this one? The Ethan Van Sciver? Is this Ethan Van Sciver shit? I was like, what the fuck? What the fuck, dude? My dude got the slick back hair. He got the fucking gorilla fucking gel on that shit. Oh man, not even a ripped shirt. How? Yeah, even that, right? It's like something, you know, because then you look at the accessories. I like this shot though. I did like this one. The motherfucker got creative with that Maximum Spidey. I was like, all right, Maximum series, this is dope. I'll fuck with that. But look at the accessories, man. It's like, god damn it, guys. You fucking goddamn motherfuckers. It's like this is fucking rocket. It's like, oh man. It's so cheap. It's so cheap, but it's like, you know, what else are they gonna do? What else are they gonna throw in here? You know, you got the thunderclap action. I don't know. For $60, when you just look at it, like, yeah, I can. $60. If this was like no other Marvel Legend Hulk out there, yes, this is well worth the price. But when you already have one from them, maybe two, if you have that fucking Wolverine one, that 80-year one, it's like, nah, man, this isn't enough, you know? So, fuck, yeah, I don't know. This Hulk is the reason I'm done with Legends. My man Wavy. Oh, stop the cap, Wavy. Come on. Come on. When they do Maximum Daredevil, and they do Maximum, like, they still got, like I said, I'm excited to see. When I saw that Maximum Spidey, I was excited more so for the potentials of future releases, a future release like a Maximum Daredevil. But when I see this, I'm thinking, okay, then they're going to skimp out on this line. This isn't the Maximum line. This is the half max line. We're going to half bake this Maximum shit. And that's what I'm saying. This was like, they could have came out with this. And dude, when I heard that they were going to do a Maximum Hulk, I almost took that shit off my shelf. I was like, oh, don't need this anymore. But I was like, hold on. Let's wait. Let's wait to see. You've been disappointed in the past. Nope. I'm not taking that shit off my shelf. That's staying right there. I'm not paying more. I'm not paying more for the same shit, you know? Omar Shilly for Rob Post. Hey, bro, did you see my name? I'm fucking Hasbro Marv, bro. Trying to get interviews with these guys. Trying to get free product. Free Maximum Hulk. I'm a Maximum Shield. Great time for Mayfix to announce a Hulk. Yeah. And like Mel Sane was saying, man, wait for that Mesco Hulk. That one might be the showstopper. The you know, that one might be the one to get. And then, like I said, you see all those customs online already. It's like, I gotta jump in on that 6-inch plus dude's fucking custom. He's putting out like, I think even like a fucking World War Hulk version, all kinds of shit. I'm like, man, this guy, that's what I mean. I'm like, when I see these customizers and I'm like, and then you got these guys with all kinds of budget, all kinds of dollars, all kinds of fucking catalog that they could go through in the Marvel archives. And they come out with this. Look at this head sculpt. I've never even seen a customizer use this head sculpt, this fucking prom Hulk head sculpt. It's like, you know why? Because they ain't fucking morons. That's why. They ain't gonna sell. That's fucking why. That's why I'm like, man, that's a wasted accessory. It's crazy too, because then you look at that Maximum Spidey one, that fucking unmasked head sculpt, that Peter Parker, that tweaker Peter. Oh fuck. It's like, dude, what are you guys doing? I just gave you guys props on giving us good fucking head sculpts on that fucking Jean Grey. You know, it's like, look at this shit. The ladies that they do on Marvel Legends are great, but look at the dudes, man. Look at Wolverine right there, all smug and smirk. That motherfucker should be gritted teeth right there, bro. He's fucking naked. You think he's like smug and smirk? You just gotta let loose, man. No, and this to me is a wasted accessory, just like it is on that Peter Parker Maximum Spider-Man. It's like that head sculpt was just so ass that it's just like I'd prefer even the shitty web accessories over that dog crap fucking Peter head sculpt, because you can't do anything with that at all. The head sculpts are god awful too. Yeah, exactly. That's what I mean. It's just like they're fucking not it, man. This is why I got the army of Ashmore dinos instead. Yeah, and like I said, man, when you see this is like premier action figure, and this is what they come out with. It's like, I don't know, man. You know, packaging looks nice. I'll give them points for the packaging. That looks nice. But fuck, it's like, really, man, like, whose decision was it to put that head sculpt in there? Like, really, it's that bad, bro. It's that bad to me. It's like, you guys saw that and you guys thought that was a good one. It's like, dude, he's the Incredible Hulk, you know, not fucking the Incredible Dapper Hulk. It's like, my boy looking too dapper right there, man. It's like, no, man. You know, I wanted to see him raging the fuck out, you know, hair wild, all kinds of shit. Not that. So I don't know, man. And like I said, at $60, that was a pleasant surprise that it wasn't 80. But I think if it would have been 80, I don't think they see any pre-orders going their way at all. You know, so I think they were smart to kind of pump the brakes there, not fucking overcharge there, because yeah, I think they did very little here anyway to even upcharge more than that. It's like we just broke it all down. You throw a hinge on the fucking feet and just the torso, and then that's it. That's pretty much it, you know. Even the accessory, that rocket accessory, people were pointing out it's from like G.I. Joe's and shit, like the design and stuff. I was like, nah, that ain't it, man. The little effect pieces are pretty lame too. It's like, man, even the 20-year Hulk came with like better accessories. That fucking that ground pound shit, like that was awesome. I would have wanted to see something like that, like an accessory like on Marvel versus Capcom 2, where he fucking lifts up the ground. I thought something like that was coming with this. I was like, man, they're gonna do some crazy shit, like some huge ass boulder where you fucking can smash it down on you. I was like, man, Thunderclap, that's it. I was like, all right. And I guess that's how little they pay attention to like the community and the fans. It's like they only took that into account. It's like they only took what they heard a bunch of times. Like, when can this shit clap? When can this shit clap? And then they did that, and then they thought the homework was done. It was like, yeah, the assignment's done. We did it. We gotta ace this bitch. Nope. No fucking way, guys. Especially not now, man. Like I said, maybe it's coinciding at a bad time for them because you're starting to see the uptick in prices for all this other stuff. So you really got to come with your A game, man. I think going forward, for not just Hasbro, but every company going forward, they got to bring their A game. And if this is that for them, then I don't know, man. You know, I honestly think the stuff that they did last year with that fucking 85-year anniversary stuff was way better than the stuff we're seeing this year. Way better. Like that fucking Ghost Rider with the bike, that was awesome. The Punisher 2-pack, I dug. I love that one. The Iron Fist, Luke Cage 2-pack, that was awesome 2-pack. I loved everything they put out last year. For the most part, the stuff that I bought, the Odin that they put out looked fucking awesome. I initially said I was gonna pass. I regret passing. I still got a backtrack on it. It looks fucking crazy good. Like, I seen it posed up next to that Diamond Select Beta Ray Bill. I'm like, man, that shit looks so good. I'm like, damn, this is the same company now making this at fucking a new label, you know, premier label. Come on, guys. Come on. You can't just slap a name on there and think that's enough, you know. They really gotta buckle down and know what's good before they put it out there. Because like I said, I'm just looking at that one head sculpt. That's enough for me to pass. You know, but just in case you're still in for it, this goes up for pre-order next week. So on the 10th, be able to catch this on Amazon, Pulse, and, you know, obviously BBTS and other online retailers. But I think maybe you might catch a sale on this one, man. I think you're going to be able to maybe catch this one for 50, maybe 40 even. I don't know. 45. I know I've seen a couple of Marvel Legends go down to that price. Where, man, you know what? The one Marvel Legend that I actually have to backtrack on, or not backtrack on, but one that I said I was going to pass on that I got to have is that fucking Venom. That new Spider-Man 2 game, Venom. That shit. I don't know if you guys have seen that online. That looks crazy, bro. That looks fucking crazy. And it's just like, when I saw that Venom, I was like, all right, yeah, when they do the fucking Maximum Hulk, they're going to cook for reals, because this is a more premier character. Nope. No fucking way. Half-ass this shit. Thought they were going to pass the assignment. Fail all around. And then, yeah, showcasing the little packaging. I wonder what they got next in store for the Maximum series, man. And then, yeah, how far this line goes, man. If this Hulk doesn't do well, how much more, you know, are they going to have to pump out, you know? So we got Spidey, we got Hulk. I'm waiting for them to do like a Maximum Thor. I feel like Thor is like one character that definitely needs an update. And yeah, like I said, I hope they don't skimp out. I hope we get like fully pinless everything on them. I'm saying all this stuff. That's the easy stuff, man. But man, hopefully, yeah, new articulation, man. Not just a little rubbery torso that I think for the most part, like I said, I give him points for. But man, I'm just not sure it's enough. So yeah, we gotta wait and see. But yeah, like I said, goes up for pre-order next week. And then they ended the stream with these little effect pieces, little teaser images. So we got what looks to be a Juggernaut effect and a Psylocke effect. And the only reason I say this is because shout out to my man Dan, who reviews, did a little edit on these things, and yeah, he kind of slotted them in there right where they belong and stuff. And yeah, it looks pretty accurate. So could we be seeing the Marvel vs. Capcom 2 wave? I know it was part of a leak in the past, so might be coming out a lot sooner than we think. Are they gonna do a fucking updated Juggernaut? Because the fucking stylized version in this game is like way chunkier. Just look at the size of his fucking hand. It's like, yeah, that's definitely not reused there, or at least I hope not. But after seeing this Maximum Hulk, I'm like, yeah, maybe they might just fucking dress it up in a nice packaging, throw some cool accessories on there, and then yeah, call it a day. There's your Marvel vs. 2 Capcom fucking Marvel vs. Capcom 2 Juggernaut. And then update on the Psylocke. I'm in for that. I don't care if it's fucking, on MVC2 card back or whatever the fuck. I just need a good Psylocke. Got the Mafex one, but it's not the best figure. So excited to see what they got there. And then yeah, it looks like these effects are that, man. So shout out to Dan doing this little editing stuff. He got his little fucking watermark right here in the middle. My man Dan who, baby. And then a little teaser image that went up this week, man. Got fucking Fantastic Four MCU figures coming soon. So probably some more Ollie's exclusives, man. I wouldn't be surprised. You see these at RossCon. So be on the lookout for that. And yeah, if you're still interested in that movie, I don't think it's gonna be a good one, man. I mean, honestly, I don't know. The trailer looks good, but the one thing that takes me out of it is motherfucking Pedro Pascal. I don't know, man. I don't see him as Reed Richards. I wish they would have got that dude from The Office, Jim. I wish they would have got him as Reed, and they didn't waste him in the fucking Doctor Strange movie, but oh well. But other than that, I think the Thing looks great. I think Johnny and Sue look awesome. So hopefully fucking Pedro doesn't, drag the whole thing down with his sorry ass. And hopefully it's a good movie, man, because they definitely need it. Then just to kind of close out the stream, guys, like I was saying earlier, man, hey, be wary of those Kickstarters if you backed any of them in the recent years or in the recent months, man, because these guys are apparently having to cancel their wave 2 of this long box Heroes collection. Obviously the cost of their stuff is going up, man. Like I said earlier, yesterday's price is not today's price. Maybe these factories are going to need a little bit more money to pump this shit out, man. So those funding goals, maybe it wasn't enough. Maybe it wasn't fucking enough, man. So kind of sucks for the people that were in for this particular line, but I think companies got to really be smart, not get so loose with the stuff they want to produce, man. They definitely got to know that there's a market out there for it before they launch it. Obviously, when it's a Kickstarter, it's like, yeah, the market's there. Look, it funded. But if Big Bad Toy Store is like the biggest whale in the funding campaign, then that doesn't necessarily mean there's a market, man. That just means your shit funded, So I don't know, man. I'd be very nervous about any Kickstarter that I backed in recent months because, like I said, man, the update on these fucking prices are going to be determined by, obviously what's going on in the real world, not just this little small community. So yeah, be on the lookout for that. Just a eye opener right here when I saw this, because I was like, damn, this is a Kickstarter that funded, canceled. Oh shit, kind of big, man. But it looks like they're gonna lean more into their like 112 stuff. So these being kind of like 5 POA figures, like I said, as cool as they are, because they're different kind of comic book characters, you got to go where the money's at, man. And obviously it's going to be more 112 stuff. So we got this long box Heroes Prestige line. We took a look at the Tig figure last week. Big Bad Workshop, man, pumping out a Rocketeer figure. If you didn't go in for that loose collector one, yeah, you can kind of get this one, man. I don't know. For my money, I think that loose collector one looks a lot better. And then you could also get the Black Phantom and Onslaught Troopers, man. So yeah, there's something, something for everybody, I guess. But like I said, man, it's just be wary of upcoming Kickstarters and past Kickstarters, because along with that, Toy Collector Magazine had a little bit of a reveal on their cover this month. So we got Plunderlings coming with the third Kickstarter for their stuff. We got Plunder Frogs and Plunder Beaks. I don't know, man. It's like I said, I went on my rant when the Plunder Beaks were revealed. It's like the charm to that line was that they were cute little goblins. This is veering too much away from what I originally liked that line for. But hey, man, I still think they're good toys, and if it's from the same company, I do think these are going to be put together really well. Just gonna have to wait and see when the Kickstarter launches. Looks like it's gonna launch sometime in the summer. But man, like I said, world's changing every day, man. Maybe they're gonna have to crunch those numbers down a lot more. I do like this little Aztec calendar they got there right there in the middle. I do like that accessory, man. So be on the lookout for that. And then a little message from Jeremy Padour, man. The U.S. Toy Association is leading the way on global 0% reciprocal tariff agenda. We are a united global coalition advocating for zero tariffs for toys. 20 trade associations, including Canada, Mexico, China, Vietnam, France, Germany, and the European Union, are signatories to making toys tariff-free. Please help me amplify the message by liking, commenting, and sharing. So, hey, man, pretty cool news, I guess. Good news. Obviously it's not a guarantee that these guys can do anything, but hey, man, if it's just like a push to kind of make toys tariff-free, I think it's beneficial to us, obviously, man. But I think they're really leaning on it, making it, because obviously toys are for kids, and why should kids suffer? But hey, man, if it benefits us, why not? So hopefully Jeremy and this coalition of associations can make shit happen, man. That'd be awesome. And then just to close out the stream, am I too late to pre-order this shit? Oh, fuck. I was going to order it, man. Looks like the fucking Bathe here fully funded today, man. Last day, fully unlocked. We got not only the dragon, but they also revealed another figure along this campaign. Everything unlocked. Everything from the wing pack to the flame pack to the dragon pack to everything in between unlocked. Very fucking awesome for these guys, man. Like I said, I debated going in for this, but man, it's just something that I just could not do, is put that much money down on something that I don't really know when I'm gonna get in hand. But that doesn't mean I'm not gonna have FOMO when it lands, man. That fucking figure that they put together, the whole package is awesome. It's just like I said, I would have rolled it out slightly different. I wouldn't have had all these figures added onto there, because even though they're trying to pass them off as like, yeah, these are just free, it's not free. Nothing's free. It's costing you guys something to produce, and you're passing that cost off into the entire release. That's just the facts. It's still awesome though. It's still awesome, and like it was brought up in the past, even if you don't want these figures, you could probably sell all these figures and recoup your costs for the most part. That's just not something I was going to be interested in doing. But like I said, it doesn't mean I'm not going to have FOMO when this thing lands. I want to see if this thing goes up on BBTS or something. Maybe BBTS asks for like a $200 NRD. I'll put my money down. Shit, if they charge like, $1,200, $1,400, yeah, maybe it might be worth the price. I don't have to put a full $1,100 down. But like I said, good on these guys to get this funded. Very fucking awesome piece. And yeah, man, it was just crazy to see the whole campaign. I knew it wasn't going to fund the first day, like I said, but I did think it was going to fund. I almost had a little bit of hesitation on whether it was going to be fully unlocked, but pleasantly surprised to see that it was, man. Even though I'm not going in for it, it's like I always say, man, I do enjoy that these things do exist, because you never know, man. One day you might just have the itch for a fucking dragon. And it's out there, man. It exists. You could put, a couple dollars away every month or whatever, stack up, and then get what you're after, man. And that goes for everything, not just this dragon, but everything that gets made. It's just like, man, you never know when you have the itch to go in for this stuff. And it's cool that it's being made, and that's one thing that I enjoy about doing this show, is that we could talk about these things and then dissect them and see for ourselves whether we like them or not. I think it's value in there, why we like them, why it's a pass. I enjoy that type of conversation, man. And I want to thank you guys for joining me whenever I do these conversations and stuff, obviously doing this show. Like I said, it's just a channel that I'm continuing to grow, man. But I really appreciate you guys kind of joining me along the way and stuff. Whether you watch the whole show, part of the show, new subs, old subs, maybe people that aren't even subbed and watch. There's like a percentage of people that don't even sub, man. Shout out to you guys. Appreciate the views. But yeah, like I said, thank you guys, man, for always joining me. And what's my man NYC got to say? Ultimately pass on this dragon. Never get the first release of a new console. The next dragon will look better and they can clear up any QC issues. Wise words, wise words. I'm gonna say that. I'm gonna say that instead of saying I was too poor to get it. Because that's the truth for me. I was just too poor to get it, goddammit. Nah, it's all good, man. For whatever reason you pass on stuff, it's like it could be for whatever reason. But like I said, man, the sheer fact that it exists, dude, you never fucking know. It might be QC free 2 years from now, 3 years from now when it lands. Maybe you're at a con, maybe you see one. It's like, hey man, this is only $100-$200 above what it cost originally. I got the extra money. I'm here. Let's fucking do it, man. Let's roll, baby. I'm taking this bitch home. That's awesome, man. So good on the Four Horsemen to get that funded. And yeah, man. Shit. Cheers to everybody that they went in for it, man. I'm sure they're fucking excited to get that shit. And yeah, we'll see. We'll see when it rolls out, man. See what kind of QC issues it does have, if it has any, man. I don't think it will, though. Honestly, to be quite honest, they're gonna take their time with that. That's a showstopper. That's a fucking showstopper, man. But guys, I do got to get out of here, man. So like I was saying, thank you guys for joining me, man. I really appreciate it. Be on the lookout for the next episode. Still pretty good on doing episodes weekly, man. Like I always say, it's just my content is determined by the toy news out there, and we're seeing slop like that Hasbro Legends stream. Might be might be time for a break here and there, man. So be on the lookout. Episode 48 coming soon. Until then, I'll catch you guys on the next one, man. Peace out.